I know I'm live.
You're live.
I am live.
Okay.
I am not dead.
Okay.
There we go. Because I was wondering why it was taking so long for the stream to start.
Right.
It needs the Wi-Fi. Hello, everyone. It's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet, like the one and only thing.
Literally whatever. It's a game that I made inspired by Jank Heroes, so.
I'd like you to tell them, like, all the, create a character stuff, and then we'll jump right into creating a character.
For sure. So pretty much the premise of the game is you create a character that's going to be, instead of being like a superhero, hey,
Scavenger, welcome.
Instead of being like Jank Heroes where you're creating a superhero, you're just creating an ordinary person. So you create your character based on different aspects of their life, and then from there you decide in what direction they go. And it can get as crazy and as insane and as OP as you want, but it just starts off from a very basic level, and you have to build up what you become. Whether it becomes like a superhero, whether it becomes like a whatever you want. The sky's the limit. So we're gonna get into it. It's literally whatever. You can do literally whatever. Alright, so for character design, the first thing that you have to create is the area of the city you live in. Describe your ideal area that you would want to live in. Then roll a d20 to decide on how similar or opposite to your description your home area results. So that's where in the city location-wise you live. House type. Describe your ideal home that you would want to live in. Then roll a d20 to decide on how similar or opposite to your description your home results. So that's whether you want to live in a boathouse, whether you want to live in a mansion, whether you want to live in a trailer, whatever your thing is. Vehicle type. Describe your vehicle that you would want, then roll a d20 to decide on how similar or opposite to your description your vehicle is. Sort of same thing. Education. Describe your ideal education scenario, then roll a d20 to decide on how similar or opposite to your description your education previous to your starting point results. So that's based on essentially how you want your character to develop, as far as if you want them to go to college, if you want them to start a technical training, if you want them to have a specific area of focus that they're after, and then depending on how you roll tells you how far along in that track that they are. Job. Describe your ideal starting job. Then roll a d20 to decide on how similar or opposite to your description your starting job is previous to your starting point. So that just lets you know where your character is in life and what essentially you start doing as far as money, as far as your basics in life. Experience. Everyone starts out new in their first week to their current position in life, having to start building relationships and history instead of having any founded before the start of the gameplay, except your past. Everyone starts with a past description based on their long-term friendships, long-term enemies, past relationships, and psyche, of which a d20 must be rolled for each to determine amount and severity of the details of your character's past. Awesome, thank you so much, Scavenger. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get it up. So I hope you guys like it. And also, whenever you're ready to create a character, Jet, this will be Jet's character creation as well.
Oh, did you tell him about the name thing?
Oh, yes. So for this game specifically, whatever character you decide to create is your name backwards. So it becomes their name. So pretty interesting. Mine would be Nadia. His is Tej. So
I just realized yours is straight a girl name.
Yeah. Or I have to write that down. I don't know what it is.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Wait.
So for the area of the city I would want to live in, I would want to live in the very center of the city. That way.
Walsnew.
Oh, you did Winslow backwards.
Yeah.
Scavenger just posted what his name would be backwards.
Oh, awesome.
He said,
what would it be?
So his would be Nate'Sreach.
Yeah, pretty cool.
He says, sounds like a cool way to come up with names.
Thank you. I mean, I feel like it's pretty easy, so you don't have to spend a lot of time like scratching your head thinking about it. It's just sort of an intuitive thing, and it makes it like personal to whoever's playing. So. And also, if you, I was just gonna say, if you feel like your name is like your name backwards is sort of weird or like hard to pronounce, you could always like shorten it or do something to it to like make it easier for you or just more how you want it to be.
Yeah. The area of the city Tej would want to live in. I would want to live in the very center of the city. That way I am close to all the best places.
Awesome. Do you have a specific, like, just for interest, do you have like a specific name of a street or like anything like that you would want? I mean, that wouldn't really change, but like based on your role, but like just anything that you'd like to be like a specific detail that you would want to keep, I guess.
Okay. I would like to live in a RV.
Well, that actually will go into.
Oh, that's like a
house.
other thing.
Yeah,
okay,
that'll
yeah.
go into house.
So I would like.
This is just like the area that you live in.
To live on my street.
It's like MySpace, but for streets.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So the next thing is your house type.
Okay. So for house type, I'm going to go for an amphibious RV.
Awesome. That's interesting, because I wonder what the reverse to amphibious would be. Very dry?
The driest house.
Yeah.
You get no water.
Amphibious. I guess the reverse of that would be something that's like always in the water and can go onto land.
Rather than something in land that can go into water.
Right.
So it's almost like a boathouse then.
I guess so, but boathouses can't really get onto the land. I mean, they can like dock, but they can't like.
Maybe that's the thing.
Maybe
like,
yeah, because they can't actually. Okay. So the reverse of an amphibious RV is a boathouse.
Scavenger said lol.
Awesome. So after house type, a vehicle type.
Okay, I would like an RV.
Okay.
But a flying RV.
Okay. A flying RV. All right. So your education.
Okay, education. Self-taught with an honorary doctorate.
Okay, so can you describe that a little bit? Because that seems a little. So you completely self-taught yourself, an honorary doctorate as well. So that means you've taught yourself and have become so acclaimed at whatever you do that an institution gave you a doctorate just based on your knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then what is it in?
Self-taught in...
Because it'll like affect your gameplay.
Mm-hmm. Occult sciences and criminal justice.
Interesting. Okay.
Yo, Kirby, welcome to the stream. Good to have you.
Pineapples.
Oh, by the way, live chat is now recorded.
Mm-hmm. So when you go back and watch,
yeah,
you get it. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so job. Describe your ideal starting job.
Okay. Ooh, okay. City sponsored local hero.
Okay.
Scavenger said lit. Also, don't forget to smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. Show Winslow that you're digging his game so far.
Yeah. Awesome. So now that you've got your job down, so real quick, I have a question about your sponsored local hero. What do you consider local? Like to the city, to like your specific neighborhood? Like what defines your hero? Like how much can you do?
Local hero would be Kirby said I have that shirt too, Nick. Oh, thank you. My dad gave it to me. Also, thank you for smashing that like button. It would be for the city specifically.
Okay. So then I guess let me ask, what describes a hero? Like, do you save like cats from trees? Do you do like burning buildings? Do you fight crime? Do you like give people like medical help? Like
in Japan, a local hero is straight up someone who like dresses up in like a crazy suit, and normally they'll have like a sponsorship, like a company that like is on their suit, and they go around and they do like public service, but then they also will do like martial arts shows for like charity. So like straight up, like I should be like city sponsored Japanese style local hero would be like less vague.
Okay. Interesting. Well, because your education, you have occult sciences and criminal justice, so I just assumed it would be like stopping criminals, but it's not.
Well, that can be a part of like public service, but it doesn't have to be. Like I could be picking up litter, or I could be like the cat from the tree. It's very open.
Okay. And then experience. Everyone starts out new. That's not really a thing, but that's not something you have to put. Past is the last thing.
Okay, and past is just roles, right? Like I don't even like choose my ideal past.
Right. Right. And then, do you want to pull up a dice roller, or do you want me to? Oh, it looks like you have one pulled up.
Yep, I do.
Awesome.
Also, because it records the chat, what I've started doing is for things that are like off topic, if I type the response, I still respond to you. Everyone still sees the response, and it doesn't like directly take away from like what people are listening to.
Pretty cool.
Sometimes I might still read it, just in case it's like too overwhelming for me to do it the other way.
That makes sense.
So is one dice roll for area of the city that
Yes,
I live in? Okay.
that is correct. So you got a
I rolled
7.
a 7.
All right. So let me just do some quick maths here.
Okay.
So if I can find my pencil.
Scavenger said, "Be right back." He also said, "Japan be lit. It be very lit."
Okay. So your area of the city. Did you describe it?
Yes, I said I would want to live in the very center of the city. That way I am close to all the best places.
All right. So, with that being said, you don't live in the exact center of the city, but you don't live on the like far outskirts. Like you don't live right on the edge or like outside of the city, like in the country. You live sort of in between that. Like it's a commute to get to the middle of the city, but it's basically in between the outskirt of the city and the center, but like more toward the center.
So I'm gonna put like a barrier that shows what I actually got versus what like I wanted.
Awesome. And also put your roll by it if you don't mind.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. It would just help me to like keep track of it.
So do you feel like I typed it right? I can commute to the center of the city, but I don't live in the exact center of the city.
Exactly. Perfect.
And I rolled a 7, so I'm gonna put that on the outside with like a dash.
And I will say one more thing. You live closer to the center of the city than you do to the outskirts. So like if you had to get to the outskirts for whatever reason, like it would take you longer to do that than to get to the center. Awesome.
There we go.
All right. So then your house type.
Amphibious RV.
All right. Let's see what you roll.
Roll dice. So I got an 8.
You
So
got an
really
8 for
close
that.
to a 7.
Absolutely. Okay. So for an 8, well, actually, I sort of fucked up your last thing. My bad. Because we did a D20.
Right.
So it would be more toward.
Living closer to
Closer to
the
the
outskirts
outskirts,
than it would be
yeah.
to the center.
Right, because 10 would be like exactly in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
So what should my 7 one be? Like, let's fix that one first, and then we like
Right. So it would be, I guess, just sort of that minor switch, like being more toward the outskirts than the center.
Okay. I live closer to the outskirts than the center of the city.
Like it's not rural yet, but it's like suburbs, I guess. Like
In the suburbs.
oh, and also put 7, please.
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, awesome. My bad.
yeah.
My bad.
No, you're good.
Okay. So house type,
Amphibious RV,
and you rolled an 8 for that.
and I rolled an 8.
Awesome. So for that, you live in. I guess it wouldn't be. it would be like an RV that floats but can't actually go on the land. Yeah, like
oh, it can't go on land?
No, it's just like something you have like, I guess, like in a body of water that's like pulled up to the land a little bit, but like.
Is that not a houseboat? Oh, but I can't.
But it's like.
Can I like travel in it, or is it like you just float there and it can't
Right,
go anywhere?
You can travel in the water. Like if you like unhitched it, you could be like, I'm gonna go like downstream in a river or whatever. But like.
So yeah, isn't that a houseboat then?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I guess if you got like a straight up one, it would be like you're in a lake. So like,
you're like in water.
Yeah.
So vehicle type.
Vehicle type.
I picked flying RV.
Yes. Let's see what you get.
So I got a
7 again.
Yep.
Okay. So it's not flying. I'm gonna let you make a decision on this.
Okay.
So my thought is that it could like kind of hover, but it like has difficulty doing it. Like it can drive normally. It's like a normal RV, and you have a setup on it to where it can like try to hover, but it's not super good at it. Do you feel like that's accurate, or do you feel like there's something else that you would say to that would be more to a 7?
I see what you're saying. I feel like if I had rolled really low, I would have actually ended up with something cooler. Like, I feel like if I rolled a 1, it would be like, so you have a thing that you can't live in. Like, it's very far away from an RV. Right. And it doesn't fly, but it, like, drills underground. Like, it goes, like, as far opposite of flying as
that's
possible.
exactly, yeah.
So I see what you mean, like, giving it a little, like, of what you want, but kind of not. So, yeah, like, RV that can shittily hover.
Right. Like, almost like a... like if you ever see the Marty McFly hoverboard thing, kind of like that, except for the fact that because it's like a big ass RV, if you like go over a curb too fast, it kind of like scrapes the bottom. But the good news is like you'll be able to upgrade that as you go on, so it's not something you're stuck with if you don't want it to be. Education. Describe your ideal education scenario, then roll a d20 to decide how similar or opposite. So,
I chose for my ideal self-taught in occult sciences and criminal justice with an honorary doctorate.
Okay.
So I'm going for that D20 roll. Also, don't worry, I will answer live chat. I know it's been a minute.
Yeah.
14.
Okay, so you're getting pretty close there. With a 14, let me see. So you have the occult sciences and criminal justice thing, but you're not self-taught. Like, you're interested in it, but you actually had to go to school for it. And you're like getting your doctorate. Like you're pretty close, but you don't fully have it yet. So you have like the colleagues, you have like the setup for it, but you're not as like renowned, I guess, with the doctorate as you'd like to be yet.
Okay. Going to school for above stated.
Perfect.
But have yet to receive PhD.
Nice. Awesome.
I don't know what the opposite of my job will be, so that seems really interesting.
I will say, because you're in
wait, what was my number? Was it 14?
14, yeah. I will say, because you did get a 14 on that and you're above a 10, like, you're in a PhD program. So, like, you have the bachelor's and the master's. You're just, like, you're not, like, a freshman in college. You're there, you just haven't graduated with the PhD yet. You haven't, like, gotten whatever the criminal justice, like, equivalent of like a PhD test would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so I just need to take like that test and like pass it, or like
you might have like a couple but you're like working up to it. And I think with doctors, the way that it works too is like you
have
can
like
just
a dissertation and like a thesis.
Yeah, so like you could just try and move forward with that if you really wanted to.
Okay. Ballin'.
Nice. Job. City sponsored, Japanese style, local hero. You got an 11. Okay. So technically, because that's like above a 10, so you're a local hero. All right, I'm gonna let you, because it's sort of broken up into two different things. I'm gonna let you pick which one you would want. Do you want to change the Japanese style thing or the local hero thing?
Well, it's like saying like the kind like
Right.
yeah, like if you
Okay.
get rid of yeah.
If you get rid of one, you get rid of the other.
I thought you were gonna say, do you want to change the city sponsored thing or the Japanese
Okay.
style logo hero?
Okay. Then that's a good way to define it. Okay.
Okay, so am I picking which one do I want to be better or shittier?
Better.
Better?
Like which one, because you're over the 10,
Mhm.
which one do you like want to be solid, and then which one is gonna be like messed with?
Okay, so I would want city sponsored to be solid.
Okay, but you might not necessarily be like as much of a hero.
Okay.
Okay. So you're a city sponsored, like, more than a volunteer. But
City
like,
sponsored. I was thinking kind of opposite to like a Japanese style local hero
okay.
would be like a Chinese style knockoff local hero. Like you're not as respected, and like other like Japanese style local heroes would be like, you're just ripping on my thing, and it's like, nah, like this is our own thing. This is my city.
I like it, but at the same, I'm trying to figure out like what is the antithesis of Japanese local, because Chinese local hero seems like adjacent.
Would it be like Chinese
Is Chinese the
knockoff
opposite of Japanese?
town like base local hero? Like you're like a lower level too, so it's like yeah, I could do like the inner like downtown. I'm the downtown Chinese knockoff. Like the city has its own local hero, and
Right.
you're like, but I'm the downtown town
I
sponsor.
fuck with that.
Yeah.
Like basically, there's like a main guy, and then you're like starting up, and you're like, I've got this different thing, and people are like, I don't know about that.
So I guess it would be like the town sponsored Chinese knockoff.
It's like, what about this? Instead of town, because town and city sort of go together. It's like your community, like your neighborhood or whatever is like, we got you, but the city's like, not quite yet. Like, I don't know.
The neighborhood sponsored Chinese knockoff local hero.
Well, I don't know. You said you wanted your city sponsored thing to be solid. So like maybe it's that like you are sponsored by the city, but it's like in the city's attempt to like get that to be a more popular thing.
So it's not popular yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Like the other heroes are like, we're not sure that like you fit in with us, but you're getting there. You're like, you're trying it out.
So it would be like an inexperienced, like city sponsored Chinese knockoff local
Yeah.
hero.
This is a really interesting character. I like this.
Don't worry, Kirby, I got you. Kirby has continued to post things, and like, I will respond.
Is it about his deck or is it about this?
It's about his deck.
Ah, got you. Okay.
Let's see. Solid. What is? Oh wait, he said his ability. Color to revive an elemental in your. Oh, solid. So it's like. Kirby said, "Take all the time you need, fam." I just responded to. Scavenger said, "Spicy game."
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Uh.
I'm excited to see how your character develops. All right. So then, for your past, there are 4 things that you deal with in your past: your long-term friendships, your long-term enemies, your past relationships, and your psyche. So you'll roll for each one of those, and then that'll determine like a number amount to those. The only one that doesn't have like just a direct number amount is your psyche. So that one will just be like a basis sort of thing.
Oh, is it okay if I shorten things to like LTF and like
Yeah.
okay? So long-term friendships, past relationships would be like PR,
Mhm.
and then psyche is just my P.
Right, and then also long-term enemies.
Oh, you're right. My LTE
Yeah.
and my data.
Right.
Let's see. So we're gonna jump into the dice roller, and I just roll a d20 for like each thing.
Right.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna just do like 4 rolls.
Yeah.
And then it'll be in order they're like written.
Okay.
So 15 for long-term friendships.
Okay, so you have 15 friends that like have known you and like fuck with you and stuff, like especially like around your like neighborhood and like because you're doing the superhero thing, people like really fuck with you. 7 enemies. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Long-term enemies.
Long-term enemies. So people who are like, I would never fuck with you. There's 7 of those guys out there. 4 past relationships. All right.
And are those like romantic relationships or
Yes.
just? Oh, okay.
Yes, it's like people who might pop up in your past or like things that might affect like future people that you run into.
And Psyche is 7.
Psyche is 7. All right. So let's see how this goes.
So if 10 is like normal,
Right.
how far off of normal am I?
That's a good. Not super off, but like. People see you as like a little off, like a little past, like a little past quirky is the thing. People are like, all right, you don't have like a full defined mental illness. You're just like, all right.
How far do you have to go to get like a full defined mental illness?
Like a 5 to a 4.
A 5 to like half of normal. You're like, yeah. I see you.
The interesting thing for me, so then I wonder what a straight up 20 is. You like the
best
The
Psyche.
best?
I'm so sane. Are you so sane that like you're crazy? Like I don't.
No, yeah, you're like a sociopath. No, I guess it's that like people really like respect what you have to say, like intuitively, I guess. Like you're just naturally charismatic, I guess. Well, but that's not really a psyche thing. I guess it's like you're really able to like understand situations and things like that. Like things really, really make sense for you. Like you always see things as how they are instead of like
with some skewed like view.
Right. Okay. So now that you've got your character, do you want to read out your character?
Oh yeah, I'd love to.
Awesome.
So the area of the city I live in, I live closer to the outskirts than the center of the city. I live in the suburbs. I live in the suburbs, but my house is a houseboat, so I don't. I'm not sure if I'm docked in the suburbs or if I'm just in the water somewhere by the suburbs.
I imagine the way that it works is like, so because you're like getting toward the outskirts of the city, there's like a little river that like runs through like the edge of your neighborhood, and you're like parked up on there.
Oh yeah.
So people in your neighborhood are like, that's where that local knockoff Chinese superhero guy lives.
Then my vehicle type is an RV that can hover, but it's shitty.
Right. So like outside of your RV that like floats on the water, you have a second RV that like
can try to float on air.
Like it has wheels, but it also has like these weird like maglev looking things on it, like or like I guess thrusters of some sort.
Fuck it. Cool, Scavenger. Are you excited for season 2 of One Punch Man? I read your thing about the boobs, and then Kirby said you're just in a random pond in the city. Just fucking.
That would have been like if you got a straight, not a 1, but probably like, you got like a 7. I guess like a 5 or a 4.
Let's see, my education. I'm going to school for occult sciences and criminal justice, but have yet to receive a PhD. I do have a bachelor's and a master's, though.
Yes. So you like are still qualifying for shit.
Scavenger says yes, he is hyped for One Punch Man. My job is I'm an inexperienced city-sponsored Chinese knockoff local hero.
Yes.
I have 15 long-term friends, 7 long-term enemies, 4 past relationships, and I'm a little past quirky.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask you this before we like get into it. How do you feel like like local city-sponsored Chinese knockoff local hero thing works, like in the context of like the city local hero scheme of things.
Okay, so local heroes, because I'm gonna be like inexperienced and new, I feel like I'm gonna like walk around, and people will like either straight up mistake me for like the other guy, and I'm like, no, I'm actually, or people will be like, who the fuck is he? You're not the other guy, and like call me out for it.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. It lagged again. Kirby said stream fail. You right. That's that hard lag. So for those like martial arts competitions, people get hyped because it's like, oh, the local hero
Stuff in like criminal, what is it, occult sciences and criminal justice, you don't, like you didn't put anything in there about like having martial arts skills, and you're fairly new.
And
so
I have a martial arts like thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you would be good at that? Like, do you think there's any indication in your character skill that's like he's got that like background?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I think that'll be interesting because that may be a way that your character, like, if you decide to play it this way, the way that your character may like separate themselves from the other heroes, because the other heroes are doing those like martial arts type things, and you're like, oh, I just saw like this thing, and from my background in criminal justice, I know that like this could be tied to this that's going on in the city, and I can do like some underground like hero work sort of stuff.
When you solve actual crimes and then you're put in the martial arts thing and you're like, that's for charity. You just get your ass whooped and you're like, I gotta go stop this crime. It's happening in 30 minutes. I had to make sure I got my ass whooping too, so I'd have time to get there.
You're the real underdog. You're the underdog the city deserves. Okay, so I really like the way that you started out Jank Heroes, in the sense that you started out with like your like waking up in your house and you have to go to class and stuff. So the interesting thing is, because you said you wanted to live in the center of the city because that's where a lot of things would be, I would imagine like that the university is sort of in the middle of the city, but they have like little like extending things, and the criminal justice building is like closer to your side of the city by like a few blocks. So as far as that goes, today's it's Friday at 10:08 p.m. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say it's Saturday and you don't have classes, so you don't have to fuck with that immediately. But it's starting the weekend. You're getting up in your house. I will say, I'm not gonna do a role thing. I'm gonna just say, how do you want to start out your day? Like, how do you feel like your character would start out their day, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. I feel like my character will want to start off his day, getting off of his houseboat.
Right.
Well, hold on. Fuck. Am I the kind of guy who showers at night or showers in the morning?
That's a you thing. Like, and also, do you wake up early in the because your guy's a hero? So is he like, I like get my ass kicked in these competitions? Am I like going out to like train early in the morning, or am I like the type that sleeps in and like stays up all night on their computer, like figuring shit out about the city? And like, plus I have my doctorate. Like, what do you feel like you got?
My doctor.
I guess like he's working on stuff. I don't know.
So it's Saturday. So I'm gonna get my VCR set up.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a Taibo tape in.
Okay.
I'm gonna start doing some Taibo. I gotta try and learn something.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're doing your Taibo, and your tape is working out, and like all of a sudden you get to the end of your tape, like in the middle of a routine. They're like, all right, great, that was it. Now time for tape 2. And you go around and you realize you can't find your tape 2. It's just not there. Like, you have the box, but it's just not there. What do you do?
I look at like my VHS collection and I'm like, maybe I put it in another box.
It's not there.
It's not there? Okay.
No.
So
Do you feel like your person's fairly organized? Like, how do you feel your guy is? Like, can you give me a layout of like his things a little bit?
From like my own point of view, I would never like put a video game that wasn't supposed to be in a box in a wrong box, unless like I couldn't find like the box. But because I could find the box and I can't find like the tape, I'm like, have I owned? Maybe I put it in like an old VCR. Do I have any other VCRs that I own?
You do. You have one that's like back that you like. Broke a while back that like just hasn't been working for a good little bit.
Okay, so I'm gonna look in that
Mm-hmm.
and see like if that's there.
It's jammed in it.
It's jammed in it.
It's like stuck.
Okay. Do I know any occult things that help me fix VCRs?
You know about like occult wishing practices, but you don't know necessarily how it would fix your VCR. Like you could do a thing, like you could try to like do a chant or like a setup or something to try and fix your VCR, but I don't know.
I'm gonna visualize successfully untangling like the stuff from my VHS and then curling the like white wheel thing to get it back in. And as I'm visualizing it and really feeling the visualization, I'll also just do it. I'll be doing it,
Awesome.
but I'll be like trying to like boost my chances of doing it successfully, like a wish fulfillment kind of thing,
Yeah.
by visualizing me doing it perfectly and then like
Do
being
you
conscious
use
of it.
Do you use any tools or anything like that? What up, Matt?
Yo, good to see you, Matt.
Are you gonna come play my game now?
Maybe not.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. So we're in the middle of a session with him right now. Also, one of the things about this game, there's no specific runtime and there's no specific like jump in and
Hey
out.
Jed, maybe you should incorporate that into your game.
Nah,
Right.
I'm actually working on another like RPG,
Jed, stop.
and it has shorter times. It's like
No.
22-minute
Jed,
game
that
sessions.
sounds terrible.
You can only play it once a month or once every 2 weeks to be
Jed,
more like a comic
That's
book.
absolutely obnoxious.
Nah, it's really good.
What I was gonna say is, if at any point you like feel like you want to jump in, you can absolutely just make.
I mean,
a
it just
character
depends on
and
how the
jump in.
systems are, because I feel like the main issue I had was that it was very enumerated.
Absolutely, take a look. But we're gonna continue for a second.
Okay.
So, while that goes, so you end up like visualizing it. Do you use a tool?
I was kind of just said, "Yo, Mr. Hand." Nah, I don't really believe in tool magic. I think it's dumb.
No, I just mean like a tool to like try and get it out of the VHS.
Oh,
Like, are you like just trying
I'm
to
just
rip it out with
being
your hand?
really careful.
You're being really careful.
Yeah, because like I
It's
have
kinda,
experience
like,
with like
hard
fucked up,
to.
like do.
Yeah,
I'm gonna like.
it's like in a tiny like little thing.
Do I have a screwdriver in my house? In my houseboat?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try and like, cause I don't want the like VCR anymore. This is my old VCR.
Okay.
Also, everyone's saying, "Yo, Mr. Hand, hi, Mr. Hand."
You're a celebrity.
Most definitely.
I'm a mythical creature, so
That's true. That's true.
I'm gonna try to like just dismantle my VHS player, like, but like going around the tape to not fuck up the tape.
Got you. Okay, so you do that. You've like really broken this VCR, but the tape is out now.
Now I gotta wind the white thing so that the like film roll is like back in the tape.
Got you. You've gotten that knocked out,
Okay, cool. Now I gotta go up so like my VHS player.
and like.
Well, I can't eject it yet because I got to the end of my tape. So I'm gonna hit the stop button and then I'm gonna hit rewind and then I'm gonna wait because I gotta wait for it to rewind all the way back to like the starting point.
So your tape rewound.
Okay, so then I eject it
Okay,
and I carefully attempt to pull it out of the VHS player.
you got it.
Okay, I put it in its box specifically
Okay,
and then I put in the second tape of Typo.
okay.
Carefully.
Will you roll 2d20?
Yeah, most def.
Awesome. 17 and a 1. Which one is your good die? Which one is your bad die?
I want to go with the top one, but I should re-roll. So it's, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But
6 to 20. Okay.
okay, so do you hit play?
Oh, did I like carefully put it? Like, did I successfully put the tape
you
in?
put the tape in.
Okay, yeah. I'll hit play.
Okay, so you hit play and you get like a weird like intro like 90s VHS music thing that comes on, and you see like and you see like your Taibo instructor come on, but like the whole screen is like really weird and like the tape's fucked up, so it's like and it's like really messing up, and you
go
can't.
as well at all. Not
Are
right.
you okay?
Okay.
You tried to dodge the camera. Why didn't you just duck really low and squat walk?
Because that'd be weird looking.
No one would see it.
Yeah, but you guys would see it.
So you can't really like make out what your Taibo instructor is saying or doing. Like it's just a weird sort of. You can make out that he's on the screen, but that's about it.
So okay,
It's
so
like jumbled noises and like visuals.
so what I'll do in response to that is, I'll hit the stop button.
Mm-hmm.
I'll rewind the tape.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll eject the tape.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna blow on it.
When you blow on it, will you roll another?
Oh no, Jay, you're ruining the tape with your saliva. Stop.
16 to 19.
So you go to blow on it, and you see that like part of the tape is like a little bit cut and like ripped.
Oh, okay, cool. So now I know what's like the fucked up part.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna Google. Wait, do I have a smartphone?
Yeah, you're spending a lot of time with this tape.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google. Can you just use Scotch tape to like fix a VHS reel?
Jay, I'm gonna tell you right now the answer's probably no.
I don't know. I gotta Google it.
Roll it.
Because the thing is that you're gonna have like
18 to 19.
They're like no.
They're like, that's not how it works.
No.
Okay, so I can't just use Scotch tape. There's probably like a place in town where I can like get my tape fixed.
There you go.
But I'm gonna Google how do you fix the track for like a VHS tape, in case they're like, you don't use Scotch tape, you use some other like really easy bullshit thing you can do at home.
it's not really.
It could be some shit like you put vinegar on a Q-tip and then you put the shit together and
Will
like,
you roll 2 to 20?
3 to 9.
Okay. So they're like, if you want, you can buy this like $150 like repair resin that will maybe help the tape depending on where the rip is, but it takes like 2 weeks to get to your house, and it's also something used by like professional VHS repairmen.
So in other words, get wrecked.
But people are like, mainly the best thing to do is just buy another VHS because they're super cheap.
Oh. I hadn't just thought about just buying a second time. You know what I do? I go on YouTube and I type in Tybo Tape 2 to see if someone just like put it on YouTube.
Okay, roll 2.
Wow, jet pirating! How dare you?
3 to 12.
So it's like a 12-year-old giving their synopsis of the VHS tape. They're like, so what he does is he like, wah. And it's not very useful.
Okay, so I'm like, I shouldn't have done YouTube. Scavengers at Pirating for Life. I should have went to like Go Tybo and see if they have the second tape
Does
online.
Go Tybo even exist? Roll D20.
Roll 2.
3 to 5.
So
The
it's
first
like,
die is always 3.
so it's like you find a website that's like from the 80s, and it's your Tybo instructor, but it's porn.
But it's porn.
And it's called Go Tybo.
Does he do the poses?
It's like Kama Sutra stuff.
I see. So, I like... Oh! Wait, so I found the Tybo guy in a porn.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna Google, like, Tybo guy porn scandal.
Okay.
Why?
Roll a D20. Or
Okay.
2D20.
14 to 7.
Okay, so like a whole bunch of stuff started popping up about like how he like lost all his sponsorships because he was doing like cocaine and in these like porn, and like potentially the person was underage. Like it's just a whole problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is... Okay.
He's like fucked his life.
So, I realized that I accidentally went to that site, so it wasn't like I set my phone on incognito. And if the girl was potentially underage, then that's child porn, and that's illegal.
Right.
But it's like recorded on my phone and on my internet service provider.
Right.
So I'm gonna call my internet service provider and explain the situation. Scavenger says so like R. Kelly. I got 2 to 16.
Yeah, you done goofed.
You got 2 to 16. So they're like, hello, welcome to AT&T Go. Whatever. They're like, welcome to AT&T. How can I help you?
I accidentally looked up what could potentially be child porn.
And they're like, okay, let me just look through your search history. And then, like, you just hear over the phone, whoa, fuck! And they're like, I gotta get the manager for this. And so they put you on hold, and there's, like, elevator music.
And you're on hold for like an hour.
Yeah. And then, like, all of a sudden, you, like, hear, like, they unpress the button, but nobody, like, immediately talks to you. And you just hear, like, yeah, what the fuck is that? And then, like, the manager's like, whoa, fuck! So, like, this different person gets on the phone, and they're like, hey, it was.
Okay. I then go, to give you some context for what happened, check out the search I did right after that.
The search that you did right after that.
That's going to give me context for the thing before it.
Was, like, the
Typo,
scandal?
sex, yeah.
Okay. And they were like, okay, what was the why'd you end up looking all this up now?
Okay, go to the search right before.
Okay. And they're like, we're starting to get, like, more information about this. You did also sort of look up, like, child porn, though. Will you, like, roll?
We're going to have to call the police on you.
They might.
20 to 13.
Okay, they're like, we've had a few other cases of this, and we understand, so, like, just don't look anything up like that again, or we're gonna call the police.
Okay, cool. I'm glad that we have, like, a solid understanding.
Awesome. Have a good day.
Wait.
Yes, how can we help?
Do you know where I can find tape 2 of, like, normal Tybo? Not pornography. This is his second exercise tape.
And they're like, I can do a Google search for you.
Have I tried that yet?
Yeah.
I did. Oh.
No,
tried
you
a
looked
YouTube
specifically
search.
up.
Yeah, I think I looked.
Tybo.
Yeah. Could you do a Google search? That would be really helpful.
And they're like, sure. Oh, you know, 2D.
12 to 10.
Okay. They're like, we found some stuff. It looks like it's on eBay for like $15.
What a nice internet provider service looking up stuff for you.
Yeah,
Thank
right?
you. I truly appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that all you need today?
Yeah, that'll be all.
Awesome. You have a good day.
You too. Click. Yeah. I pick my phone back up and I type 411. I hold the phone up.
What is 411?
So 911 is like for emergencies, but 411 is like general information. Like you call and you ask it questions, pretty much. It was like Google before we had Google.
Okay, and it's like, hello.
Hello. Do you know where I can find?
Press 1 for service.
I hit 1.
Okay.
Hello,
How
which
can I help
service do you want?
Do you know where I could find Tybo exercise tape 2 online for free?
So
That sounds like pirating, Jet.
So roll a d20, 2d20.
I don't think a
4
regular
to
6.
6.
So okay. So it's like one moment, and it like plays elevator music, and then all of a sudden you hear like in the robot voice, "Whoa, fuck!" So it's like, we couldn't find what you were looking for. Please try again later. Bye, and it like hangs up.
Okay. Click. I hang up my phone.
Jet, stop trying to pirate stuff.
Hold on. So I look at my other VHS tapes, and I'm like, do I just have like the other fucking Tybo? Like, can I just skip to tape 3? I don't.
Okay. Roll d20, 2d20.
15 to 14.
Okay. So you have it, but it's like the first one was like beginner, and then the next one is like extreme Tybo for black belts.
And I'm like, dang, I need to like buy the box set. I Google how much is the Tybo box set.
It's a collector's item. It's $500.
16.
Okay, so it's like $80.
How many tapes?
12.
12 tapes for
That's
$80.
Decent.
So then, like, I pull out my smartphone, which I was already using,
I mean, it was by like a child predator, so like I don't know.
and I like divide it.
Okay.
How much is it like per tape?
Shit.
You're making me do math.
I'm role playing, so I don't have a real calculator.
I don't have a calculator on. Well, I guess my phone. Gonna do all this shit. Let me see.
It's gonna be around 625, 650 per tape.
You are a mathematician, my friend. Let me see. So 80 divided by.
Actually, more
12.
around like 615.
It's 6.66 forever. Exact.
Forever, exactly.
Yeah. So $6.66 and 0.6 of a cent and 0.6 of a tenth of a cent.
So it actually is on eBay. I'm trying to figure out what the real price is. It's actually only 4 VHS tapes, and it's $13.
But
yeah.
this is the top quality stuff, Jeff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. This is the 90s VHS tapes.
Damn, this alternate reality's got me fucked up on Tybo.
Yeah, you sell Power Armor for $5,000.
How much did you say it cost?
$80 for 12 tapes.
$80. I'm like, nah.
Okay.
Are
you gonna do anything with your day besides Tybo boxing?
I'm gonna check my VHS tape collection to see if I have hip hop keto tapes.
Well,
It's like knockoff Tybo.
roll 2d20.
18 to 6.
Okay.
You have the
So
entire
you
set.
have yeah. So you have the entire set. Do you put the first one in?
I look at like the back of the box for the first hip hop keto, and I compare it to the back of the box of the first Tybo to see if I'm ready to do like the second tape of hip hop
Roll
keto.
2d20.
10 to 4.
Okay. So the first tape back says, "Why didn't you do this earlier?" Yeah, of course. They're like exactly the same. So it's like if you've already watched one of Tybo whatever, go to not that because that was the other website. if you watched 90s Tybo box set episode 1, then you should be ready for hip hop keto episode 2.
Okay, so taking the advice of my VHS boxes, I grab hip hop keto episode 2,
And it's like we were really good friends.
it talks to me.
Like the person who made the tape
Oh.
is like, I was really good friends with the dude who made these tapes.
Before I put the tape in, I put it back in the box and I put it in my collection. And I Google hip hop keto porn scandal.
Wait, did you do it correctly this time, Jet? I don't think you did.
Internet service. I'm not gonna click any links.
Right.
I just want to see what comes up, and I'm not on images.
Right.
So I'm not gonna. I'm like a normal
Just
website.
very careful.
8 to 9.
So it's like maybe, but he got acquitted.
He's like the OJ of like weird martial arts workout tapes.
Yeah. He has a really big handlebar mustache.
I'm like, okay. So then I grab the tape back and I take it out of the box and I put it in the video VHS.
Awesome. So like this guy with like a headband and like sweat headband and like armbands comes out and he's like all super sweaty and he's jogging in place and he's like, "Welcome to do hip hop keto. This is episode 2. If you haven't already watched episode 1, stop what you're doing."
I hit the stop button on the VHS, and then I read out loud to myself the back of the box. It's like, if you already watched Tybo 1, you can watch. I'm just making sure, right?
Yeah.
And then I put the box back down, and I'm like, well, I did stop what I was doing, so I followed directions, and then I followed the directions of the back of this by like continuing, and then I hit play.
And it's like, but if you've watched Tybo episode 1, then you're good. All right, so roll 2d20. So he's like, let's get into
8
it.
to 13.
Right, he's like, let's get into it. And it's like mainly dance.
Hip hop keto. Hip hop keto. I just keep going with it.
In the background, you see like the dude from the other tape like walk by, and he's like, "Oh fuck!" So he like, quickly walks through the tape. And so then it's like, all right, now that we've got you warmed up and all done with tape 2, time to put in tape 3.
That was a short tape.
It was a very short tape.
Okay, so I hit stop, rewind, wait for it to rewind, eject, carefully remove the VHS, put it back in the box, put it in my collection, grab tape 3 carefully from my collection, to remove her from the box, carefully put it in the VHS, hit play.
Awesome. So he's like, you see him like in a very meditating pose, and it's like a very chill thing, and he like opens his eyes, and he's like, Hip Hop Keto Master says, if you have spent a whole lot of time watching VHS tapes today, maybe it's time to go outside and live your life. But that's just my opinion.
I hit the stop button. Okay, does my, like, houseboat have, like, a deck I can stand on?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's like
Jed, are you
docked
gonna
on
let
the-
yourself be judged by a VHS tape?
I walk out onto the deck of my houseboat, and I say to myself, I am living. And I walk back in my houseboat, and I close my door, I lock it, I go to my, like, TV, where I have my hip-hop keto.
Wait, I'm sorry. When you go outside, will you roll 2d20?
17 to 19.
Okay. So like as you're like standing outside and you're like, I am living. Someone like a mother and child like pushing a stroller like goes by and like there's that Chinese superhero dude.
I'm like in my full suit. I've been wearing my full suit the whole episode.
You're like slightly sweaty and they're like, oh
No.
Let there be light.
So they like the mom like kind of squints at you weird and like keeps pushing her kid.
I go, I am that guy.
And then she's like, what the fuck? And like starts pushing her kid faster.
So I go back. Do I still go back in?
If you want.
Oh yeah, I do. I do what I said.
So you go back in and you close the door.
So I
Never
just
to be
close the
seen
door.
again.
I lock it.
Right.
I go back in front of like the TV, and I press play.
Okay. And it's like, to continue on that, you don't want to be like this guy, and it shows the guy from like the Tybo tapes, and he's like sitting on his couch, and he's like fatter now, and he's like eating Cheetos, and he's like, So anyway, it's like, all right, now let's get into the tape.
All right.
So
I said that out loud. I'm like, all right.
and it's like, to exercise and to get into our actual more martial arts section of the tapes, start out with some exercises. Do 10 really high jump and strong like landing jumping jacks.
Like 10 feet up in the air.
Yeah, like as high as you can, landing as hard as you can.
Okay. I think to myself, I'm on a boat. This doesn't seem very secure because the boat will like rock around. I need a place that's like a gym, but has like VHS tapes and televisions.
Right.
And then I go, wait a minute, I have an RV that has like electricity, and if I jump really hard in my RV will shake, but it won't like tip in the water and all my shit fall down.
Right.
So, do I have like a flat screen TV or like one of those big ass like square boxy TVs?
Roll 2d20.
9 to 6.
You have a flat screen. It's not big, but it's.
So I'll start by like unplugging all the stuff from my VCR and unplugging my flat screen from the TV, and if I have like the cable cord connected, I like unscrew the cable cord, so I make sure that nothing's connected to my flat screen.
Mm-hmm.
Then is it wall mounted or is it like sitting on like a table or something?
Roll 2d20.
16 to 18.
What's more?
It's wall mounted on like these kinda shaky looking hooks.
Okay, so while visualizing my success,
Right.
I carefully like hold onto the edges, lifting with my legs, not with my back, of the TV. Then I go, wait a minute, fuck this. And like I don't pick it up off the hooks, right?
So you had it, like, were you picking it up before? Like, were you putting any weight into picking it up?
So like I gripped it and I like braced my legs like I was getting ready to like lift with my legs, and then I was like, wait a minute, this is like a horrible idea.
Okay.
So I let go.
Okay.
And I go into like my kitchen and I like reach under the cabinet and I grab some Windex.
Okay.
I get some paper towels. And I go up to my TV I like rip off. Sorry about that. We had
You
some
accidentally
lag.
pushed too hard and started screwing up your TV even more.
So 19 to 10.
Okay, so you're good.
Yeah. So
It's spotless now.
yeah, I cleaned the shit out of it since fucking TV.
Yeah.
So I then like take my like paper towels that I used, and I'm with the TV, and then I like turn it onto my camera.
Where do you set it in front of the TV?
Okay. Do I have like a coffee table or anything like in the room?
I will say, remember there's an RV that's in the water, so it's kind of small, but roll 2d20 if you want one.
20 to 19.
You do, but it's like kind of big for like proportionally to your RV. You had to get like a table in there.
Okay. I gotta turn that on. Brace your eyes. Vision warning.
Like,
The fucking flashbang.
right.
Kirby, is this what your grenades are like? So. Fuck. I can't remember. Oh yeah, so I have the coffee table.
Yeah.
Do I have like a thing to hold my scavenger said the Big Bang, and then Kirby said hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, do I have like a tripod or something for my camera to sit on, like a mini thing, like kind of like what you built? Like, do I have something like that in the game
For your camera, like
for like my phone?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So like I have it set up on the tripod and it's like facing the TV. I'm gonna zoom in and I'm gonna do the pinch and zoom where it like has the TV in the frame, and I'm going to like get all the tapes. And I'm gonna like bring them over to me, and I'm gonna like one by one just film the tapes onto my phone. And whenever my phone is like, nigga, you're running out of space, I'll like stop the video, and then I'll like email myself like the video, and then I'll have it like in the cloud, and then I'll like delete it off my phone, and then I'll like do it again, and I keep doing that, hopefully successfully, carefully like removing and making sure to rewind and all that shit until I have all the hip hop keto.
How compressed is it?
How I don't.
Okay, wait, actually, roll a d20.
17 to 16.
Okay. So you do it, but you realize as you're going through the tapes that they're like older than you thought they were. So they're like taking a little bit of wear. Like they're not messed up in any way. Like the tapes still work fine. They're just like a little more worn than you thought they were.
Okay. How hard does that like affect the picture quality?
None as of right now.
Oh, okay, cool. So I go, thank goodness I'm preserving them in a digital format in which I don't have to worry about the continuous wear and tear of my VHS tapes. So do I do that for like all the hip hop keto videos?
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. So now I have like digital versions, and because I have like data and shit, I can just like go wherever I want and just watch hip hop keto.
Will you roll a d20 or 2d20 one more time for me?
1 to 10
So the quality's kind of shitty.
from like my camera.
Yeah, like from going to the camera to the TV.
Mm.
Like you can still kind of make out what's going on, but it's just not good quality.
Can I like make it out well enough to like do the exercises? Because I feel like that's
Some of them.
some of them.
Like you can see what they are, but like all right, you can see the exercises. The description, like the audio telling you how to do it is like a little bit not the best.
And that's from me filming it.
Yeah.
So I have like a shitty mic on my phone.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like listen to one of them, and I'm like, probably should have like listened to one of them before I filmed all of him on my fucking thing. So I'm like, there's definitely a way to fix this, and I'm like, is my VHS like a half VHS, half DVD player, or is it just a VHS tape player?
Roll 2d20.
18 to 18. Also, is it okay that it's like 1041?
Yeah.
Okay. So, my dad said, how many hours did you record like that? Record like what? Oh, you're referring to like my in-game thing?
Your hip hop. Yeah.
My hip hop keto tapes? I guess enough to do the entire series of Hip Hop Keto with a bad mic.
I mean, second episode was only like 5 seconds.
They're not super long VHSs.
Okay. So, and it's like a full tape. And the whole thing for Tybo is going to be like $80. That's ridiculous.
The Tybo tape's no longer.
Dad said the phone thing sounds dumb AF, and then he said BitTorrent. My dad just did like an acronym for like as fuck. I'm very surprised. But it's good to make sure to smash that like button, Dad. Show that you enjoy the content. Well, I appreciate it. So my character doesn't use BitTorrent, Dad. Just like my real life self doesn't use BitTorrent. So it is a VHS to DVD player thing.
Yes.
Okay. So I like how Scavenger put up thumbs up.
Your new one is. Your old broken one was just a VHS. You've
It
like
makes sense why I
upgraded.
replaced
Yeah,
it.
you
Yeah.
upgraded.
Do I have a Blu-ray player in the house?
Dude. Well, it attached to the thing? or
No.
not?
Oh, there's
Like
nothing
the
that
whole-
exists that I know of that's all three things.
No. It would be like V8. It would be like
Dad
VHS.
said throw away all VHS tapes. No.
It would be like VHS Blu-ray maybe. But are you talking about that or like a separate?
Like
one?
a
It's just
separate one.
Blu-ray. Roll a D20, 2D20.
19 to 10.
You have a Blu-ray player.
So I collected the VHSs and I decided I wanted to keep them. Is that okay, Dad? Can I have VHS? So
You're like an avid '90s VHS collector.
So, does my DVD VHS players thing have it where if I have a blank DVD, I can record my VHS onto DVD?
That doesn't sound very likely, but roll 2D20.
20 to 8.
So for some reason, you have a really advanced Blu-ray player.
No, it's DVD VHS player
The
actually.
DV. Okay.
Yeah.
The DVD VHS can also record.
So then, I'm gonna check my house to see if I have any blank DVDs.
Roll.
4 to 9.
No.
No. Okay.
You had one, but it's broken.
Okay, I see. Do I have, I'm gonna check my house for, like, what DVDs I do have.
Okay. Roll 2D20.
Okay. 15 to 14.
You have a lot of the same ones, like the Keto and the Tybo.
Wait, so I already have them on DVD?
Yeah.
What? I'm like, okay, so that... Wait, I have the Tybo?
Yeah.
How many... How many Tybo do I have on DVD?
Roll 2D20.
3 to 9.
Like one of them.
like the first one and the last one.
Okay, so like what I had on VHS.
On VHS, you had like the first one, skip the second one,
And then the rest.
like the rest of them.
Okay. What? Hold on. But I had the second Hip Hop Keto. So it's supplements. I could just go to the next Tybo, but they're the same.
And remember, the Hip Hop Keto one was just dance. Like the second one, for whatever reason, was mainly dance. So it's not really.
So, well, I don't know if the Tybo second one was going to be dance or not. So because I have all the Hip Hop Keto on DVD, I checked to see if I have a portable DVD player. Not that the one I have is one, but that I have a separate portable.
You have a
DVD.
lot of recording equipment, like a lot of VHS DVD equipment, a lot of AV equipment, I guess.
20 to 7.
Yes, but it's in your other RV.
Oh, okay. Scavenger says, does anyone remember the show Flapjack? I remember the show Flapjack. My dad said, why portable? So that I can watch my my Hip Hop Keto DVDs on the go. That was the whole, like, story plot. So, do I have headphones?
Roll 2d20.
16 to 1.
You have like 4 pairs of headphones.
Oh, I had like too many headphones. If only real life was like that. I need new headphones.
Plug to your dad. Hey.
So I put headphones in my pocket. And then there's no reason to retract messages now, by the way. Like, I just thought about that. Anything you say on stream is now recorded and is on the stream. So I put my headphones in my pocket. Okay. And then
Which ones?
Ooh, do I have... Well, I wouldn't put any headphones in my pocket that were, like, the ones that go all the way over. Do I have those? Those are, like, my favorite.
Roll.
You have 4, and none of them are your favorite kind of headphones. 4 to 13.
None of them. They're all like
the little earbuds.
Yeah.
Okay. So I put the earbuds and my. Do I have any that are like Bluetooth earbud? Like, so where I don't have to. I can just connect. That wouldn't work with portable. I don't know. I should check. Maybe I could make it work out. 14 to 10.
You have like Apple earpods for whatever reason.
No.
Yeah.
Is my portable DVD player like the iDVD? The Apple iDVD. 15 to 2.
Yeah, it is.
Apple iDVD.
They came out with like one, and you have the one.
Let's see. Scavenger said, when random shows pop in your head, then Dad said, what is happening right now? This is his RPG. So Jank Hero's Funny Fike is like another RPG that like I made up, and we have a show for that. And then this is his RPG, and this is the show for that. And then Mr. Hand, who's off screen, he has Jank Heroes Remix, which is his version of my Jank Heroes game, and we have a show for that. And we don't have a show for the original Jank Heroes, which is what Mr. Hand was going to say.
Of course they do.
Okay, so, yay. Yeah. I take the AirPods, and I, like, put them in my ears.
Okay.
And then I try to sync them to my portable DVD player. Well, I'm not sure if it's on, because I was like, you can do it from a distance. I was like, I could just try to style that.
Roll 2d20.
Oh, I could just luck out and it syncs.
Yeah, if you really luck
7 to 17.
No.
Yeah, okay. I like it. You said no. Are the DVDs like condensed hip hop keto tapes, like onto like here's a whole bunch on like a disc, or is it like
it's like one disc per like they're all together. It's like a box set. Okay,
so I check my house. No, there's no reason. Wait. Yeah. That actually is cool. Okay. Well, I don't know how to feel.
Okay.
So my idea. Yeah. I'm not gonna go ahead with anything.
Okay.
My idea is if I have blank VHS tapes.
You could put the DVDs and record them on blank VHSs.
Yeah, but try to put it on one. Like, Hip Hop Keto could be like, we're trying to, like, get money, so we don't take up the full span of, like, a VHS tape.
Right.
So then, because they've been so short so far.
So you're going to overlay them onto your...
Yeah, like, I'll put, like, one VHS tape in, and I'll put the DVD in, and I'll hit record, and I'll record that DVD to the VHS tape, and I'll, like, stop recording, and then I just pop another DVD in, and then I, like, hit record on that one, and I record all the DVDs to one tape. My goal is to then get one DVD and burn the VHS onto the DVD by recording the VHS on the DVD, and then I'll have one DVD with all the Hip Hop Keto.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Right now, are you looking for blank VHSs, or are you trying to overlap them onto your Hip Hop Keto ones?
I need a blank VHS, so that then I can, like, go ahead with the plan.
Okay. Roll 2d20, please.
No.
6 to 17.
No, you have none.
Okay, so I have no blank VHS tapes. So,
you're like, why would I need that ever?
So I already have Tybo, like the first thing on DVD and on VHS.
Yes.
So I feel like it's kind of expendable. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Tybo #1 on DVD in my DVD player and play it to see if it, like, actually works.
Okay. Smart move.
Okay. So, I got it. The check. 8 to 15.
It's, like, really scratched and kind of fucked up. Like, it's not really playing.
Okay, because it's really scratched. It's upsetting that it's really scratched. I would have preferred that it just be, like, It was burned wrong, because then at least I could use it and not have to worry about, like, it being used as the blank, having it be like, but it's scratched, so it, like, will, like, record wrong. Yeah. So that was just garbage anyways.
Right.
And
but
then
you already know the first one. You already, like, watched the first one.
True, but I still can't use that DVD as my blank DVD.
Right.
So I have intermediate, like, super black belt Taibo on VHS and DVD. So I have, like, another expendable thing. But I never watched that VHS.
Also, you haven't checked to see if you just had Taibo 2
on DVD.
I thought I did. I thought I did,
mean,
and you said I had one and I had the, like, last
does
one.
it work?
That's what I was about to say. I want to see if the last one works. But I want to see if the VHS alone, like, works for, like, the last one.
Okay.
Because I never tested that one.
Okay.
So, rewind, stop, eject, put in carefully.
Yeah.
10 to 10.
It works.
Okay, cool. So I know that one works. But does its DVD counterpart work? Stop, rewind, carefully eject, put in box, get DVD, put DVD in play, whatever. Yo, Tenzin, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. 9 to 15. So that one doesn't work. But is it, like, scratched, or did it just burn wrong?
Just burned wrong.
Okay, that means that I could, like, use it to burn over.
That
which
one,
is
like,
good.
for whatever reason, you have, like, an old friend's wedding on it that you can't remember, like, whose wedding it is. But it seems really important. You're like, this is, like, a cherishable memory.
I think
Get
to
rid of it.
myself, why did I put it on like, I would have bought, like, a blank disc.
There's,
I
like,
don't even remember who this is.
Like, on the DVD, you see, like, the camera turns around, and it's, like, you, and you're like, hey, Karen and Jess, like, I'm so glad that you have this wedding, or whatever, and then you're, like, back to filming.
Okay. So, Karen and Jess.
Yeah.
I check my phone contacts for the names Karen and Jess. Okay. 13 to 8.
Okay, they both pop up, and it's like good friends, Karen and Jess.
I call Jess.
Okay. Ring, 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 ring. Jess is like, Money Mutual.
Is this your work phone number?
And she's like, who's this? I'm sorry.
This is Tej.
Oh, hey, Tej. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been using it right now because the office is kind of behind on phones for whatever reason. We have, like, a big shortage of phones. I'm just using this one, like, as one for the time being. What's up? How can I help you?
Is your significant other currently at work?
No, she's not. She's actually going to the dog park right now with our dog.
Okay. Thank you. Just checking in and saying hey.
Absolutely. Hey, I wanted to tell you, I just never told you, like, a long time ago. Thank you so much for recording our wedding. Like, it means a lot. I know it was like 5 or 6 years ago, but it's just, like, really important to me.
Oh, quick
Can you bring
question.
it the next time we meet?
Quick question.
Yeah, what's up?
Do you happen to have all of Hip Hop Keto on DVD or digital? Do you have digital?
Roll 2d20.
8 to 3.
She's like, I do, but we also go to the same hip hop keto class, so I don't know.
I'm in a class for Hip Hop Keto.
Wouldn't you know?
When do we meet for Hip Hop Keto?
Every Thursday at 2.
At 2? Where do we go?
Normally to the hip hop keto gym that's right next to the old Taibo gym that got shut down after that weird shit happened with the Taibo instructor.
And where's the Hip Hop Keto gym?
It's kind of near the university. It's on Polk.
Oh, could you text me the address?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's kind of weird that you're asking because I see you there all the time. But absolutely, I got you.
Okay, cool. Thank you kindly.
Awesome. See you.
Tell your significant other I said hello.
Absolutely. I'm sure she'll love to hear from you.
Most definitely.
See you.
Goodbye. Okay, I hang up the phone. And then I'm like, what did I even learn last Thursday? I, like, check my calendar and I look at Thursday.
And it's like episode 6.
I look at the previous Thursday.
Episode 5.
I look at my phone calendar.
Right.
And I go back as many years as Jess said over the phone.
Yeah.
And then I start scrolling through that year that I land on for important date.
And then all of a sudden you see several birthdays and
I mean, it depends on how long you've had this phone.
Yeah. You see well, alright, roll 2d20.
Chat. There are literally dice right here so that you don't have to leave the chat.
Which one's you good
Oh,
on?
thank you. I didn't fuck.
Blue.
It's good.
I don't know, Jay, you gotta roll both of them.
You're right, I do have to roll both of them. Yeah, you're right. Hey!
Okay, so you got it. So, you scroll back and you see, birthdays and, different things like that. You see, a couple things from, exes and stuff. And then all of a sudden you see Karen and Jess's wedding.
Oh, you're trying to see how many people are in chat. I was like, nah.
Hey, you never do that, Jed. And you can see how many people are there compared to your likes.
So then you just see Karen and Jess's wedding.
Okay, cool. So I X out on my calendar.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay. So this means that I already should have practiced 6 different episodes of Hip Hop Keto.
Right.
Okay. So I have more Hip Hop Keto experience than I thought. And I'm regularly building it.
Mm-hmm.
But can you tap into it?
Exactly. So I'm gonna sit on the floor and I'm gonna meditate.
Okay.
And see if any images of Hip Hop Keto come to me. If I can see myself successfully doing Hip Hop Keto moves that I haven't even seen on the videos I watch.
Okay. Roll your 2d20.
19 to 5.
Okay. So you
Thank you again.
You get flashbacks and you see yourself walking into the gym with Jess. You see yourself walking into the gym with Jess. You see
And the narrator has amnesia.
right. You walk into the gym with Jess. You see your instructor giving some lecture and stuff like that.
In my mind, I focus harder and I go, wait, is that the Hip Hop Keto guy from the tapes?
Is he?
16 to 12.
No, it's it's the same hip hop keto dude. Yeah.
He's washed up and just in this random gym.
And so
Scavenger posted a breeze.
a breeze.
There's a bunch of wind.
Oh. So yeah, he you focus harder and you see a conversation between you two, and he's like, yeah, I'm glad we got to know each other over Hip Hop Keto. I'm glad some people are finally taking an interest after me being out of it for so many years. I'm really glad about that. And then you see a vision of you sparring with some other person. You guys are dancing and fighting a little bit, and you sweep the leg.
I focus on that leg sweep.
Okay.
And I 100 times visualize it, and I try to visualize it fully, the whole movement and everything.
Okay. Roll 2d20. I can do that. 11, 12. Okay. So it's a little you can see the move, how the move's done, but it's a little bit hazy for you. You can't remember what the stance is.
I try to think back more in my meditation to see if I can find more signature Hip Hop Keto moves.
Okay. Roll 2d20, please.
7 to 3.
Okay. So you see
Janelle, could
My apologies.
So you see some intro hip hop keto dance moves, and you see a roll.
A roll?
Yeah, a ground roll.
Okay. I visualize all of that 100 times, focusing on the movements and trying to get every detail I can from the visualization.
From all of that, from what I just described.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
4 to 17.
Alright. You're getting a lot of those like introductory dance moves. You're getting the roll down really good. Like you remember you're like really good at like parkour like shoulder rolling and like landing on like from like high surfaces and stuff like that.
I keep thinking to see if I can find any more.
Any more different moves or any more?
Any more different moves.
Okay.
12 to 18.
No.
No, you're having trouble focusing, and you're like, shit, like my
Maybe
static from my VHS, like in my TV on, is kind of fucking with me right now. Like I can't really.
Okay. I like make sure I've rewound the tape. Did I rewind the tape?
Yes.
Okay. I make sure to like eject it carefully and put it back in its box and put it with the collection. I cut the VHS DVD combo player off. I cut the TV off. So now there's like no static.
Right.
And then I listen to see if I can hear like the water.
Roll 2d20.
20 to 11.
You can hear it, but it's calming. It's not very loud, and it's just like a very light rocking.
Okay. So then I sit down again, cross-legged, and I meditate on like hip-hop keto moves and see if I can like see more ones that are different from the ones I saw before.
Okay, roll 2d20.
8 to 9.
So you see hip-hop keto, but it's not you and the people in the classes. It's like fish. Like it's still the same moves, but you can't really tell how they're doing it very much because it's fish doing it.
I like intensely visualize myself in the place of the fish, doing the same movements. Are the fish out of water or in water?
They're like sentient fish that are like in the same place, but it's just like big fish guys that are like doing the yeah.
I visualize myself doing those same movements 100 times really intently.
Okay. Roll 2d20.
16 to 9.
Okay. So you imagine yourself doing them, and you can see like a visualization down of like your legs and your arms and stuff, and you're doing them, and then like next to you, like the fish are still there also doing them.
I then try to visualize myself fusing with the fish.
Interesting. Okay. Roll 2d20.
7 to 9.
7 to 9. So you do it, and it like kind of freaks you out because you're not good at controlling like mental images of fish. So you're like starting to slide and like not really able to stand up well. You're like trying to do the moves, and you're sort of bumping into like other fish people, and they're like getting a little bit pissed off, and like the whole thing's just sort of like really, really getting intense in your mind, and it's like distracting you from your meditation.
I think to myself, not enough fish, and I try to fuse the other fish in the room with me as well.
Okay, roll 2d20.
Gotta become those ultra Namekians, Chet.
16 to 14.
So you do, and you see like all of the fish's moves that they're doing, like it's working. Like you all fuse together, and you see like all of their legs and like arms moving around, and you're starting to understand like a little bit of a pattern, but not a whole lot.
I then visualize my normal self to the side of my fish self, and I have my normal self take pieces of different moves that it's observing to try and create its own moves.
Okay, roll 2d20.
2 to 19.
So you imagine yourself apart from the fish self, and like all these combined fish are now like really getting like weird. Like you just feel like a big mash of fish, and you look over at yourself, and you're like acting like a fish. Like you're just flopping on the ground and shit.
So I attempt to visualize a perfect fusion of me and all the fish, to where instead of it being like chaos, it's as if like the best qualities of all things are one thing.
Okay. Give it a shot. Roll 2d20.
2 to 1.
So you get it for a second, and then it becomes like really intense, and you get a headache, and you're like, ah, fuck, I can't do it.
Okay. I take a moment. I get up. I go, you know what? I should exercise.
Okay. Ooh, also, if you want to write down anything about your character so far, like anything that might be important or like anything that you feel like you'll need to remember.
I mean, I'll probably do like a recap thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's recorded, so worst comes to worst. Okay. So you like start to do
It's like the Breath of the Wild video, and it's super weird on the computer.
So I decide to like do some push-ups.
Okay. Roll 2d20.
You're on the tornadoes.
4 to 10.
You're on a rocking houseboat thing, so you're having like difficulty, like you're stumbling a little bit because your houseboat just really isn't that stable.
I remember the reason why like I'm not just straight up doing Taibo in my house. Well,
Right.
hip hop keto.
Yeah.
So I decide
But you did a whole bunch of rolls.
that was in my mind.
Yeah, he was like
Okay.
meditating. Yeah.
So I'll meditate and be like, I'm gonna focus on doing something else and get back to the fish thing later.
What are you focusing on?
I'm gonna visualize myself doing push-ups.
Okay.
Okay. 12 to 5.
Okay. So you start like overcoming your headache. Like your headache starts chilling out, and you can visualize yourself doing push-ups in like a really stable version of your house for whatever reason.
Okay. I then, while visualizing myself doing push-ups, visualize a second me, and the second me is like concentrating some invisible energy with his hands to keep the like boathouse stable.
Okay.
And I try to experience the visualization through that me to get a feel for what that me must be doing in order to try and do that.
Okay. Roll 2d20.
3 to 1? Oh no, 1 to 3. Opposite. Yeah.
So you see that, and then like all of a sudden your other version of you, he's like holding his hands, and then he starts like whipping them around, and it's like you just see like lights coming off of his hand, and he's just like doing weird dance moves.
I like focus really hard on that, and I visualize myself doing that like 100 different times.
Also, your like headache is starting to creep back a little bit.
I still try to push it. I try to visualize that like 100 times over.
Okay, 100 times over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, roll 2d20.
13 to 19.
You're like getting a splitting headache. Like you feel like something is like actually potentially internally bleeding, like inside your head from how hard you're just fucking focusing. And like the houseboat like is getting you dizzy because you're still like rocking. Like it's just not going well.
I see if I can power through it.
Okay.
You pass out.
Fuck me. Sorry, we're experiencing some lag.
So you power through it, and you see all of a sudden like yourself stops, and you can like see what he's doing, and you start feeling like I got it. You wake up, and it's like mid-afternoon on Sunday.
Okay. So I get up. I'm like, I'm gonna do my morning exercise routine.
But it's afternoon. You're gonna do your morning exercise routine?
Yeah, because I haven't exercised today.
Okay. Roll 2d20.
1 to 15.
Okay.
You're on a boat still.
What's your morning exercise routine?
My morning exercise routine is putting in a hip hop keto DVD.
Okay, so you put in your hip hop keto DVD.
You know, I start doing hip hop.
And then your boat starts rocking again.
Yeah, it's sort of like you feel it's not rocking fully yet, but like when you hit the ground with your feet, you hear it's like hollow sounding, and you can hear like water splashing up against your house.
So now, I try to like channel what I felt when I thought I understood like the full movement of the guy on how he was like stopping the boat movement.
Okay. Roll 2d20.
7 to 9.
Okay. So you're going really slow now, but you can start to like time your movements with the movement of the water, so it doesn't really feel like your boat's rocking anymore. Like it still is, but you just are like able to move sort of fluidly with it. You're just not doing your exercises very fast. Like your tape's going faster than you're actually able to do the exercises.
Realizing this, I like hit stop on the tape.
Okay.
I hit rewind, and then I hit like the slow button.
So it's like, okay, roll 2d20. I'm gonna see how good your DVD player is.
17 to 2.
Okay, shit. So it's like your guy's like still talking, and you can still hear him fine. It's just his moves are going slower for whatever reason.
And then I keep doing the fluid movement thing to like get my morning exercise out of the way.
So you're like timing it up with that. You're doing well.
Okay. Do I finish the DVD?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, I need to eat my meal.
Okay. Roll 2d20. Well, at first, what do you want to like eat? What do you want to do?
So I go into my kitchen and I look in the pantry to see if I have cinnamon toast crunch.
Roll 2d20.
14 to 13.
You do, but you can see that it's open and it's been sitting there a minute.
Like I don't close my bags back.
No, like it's closed.
Oh, okay.
It's just like you remember that like you've had it a while.
I check the expiration date.
Roll 2d20.
2003.
19 to 8. Oh wait, no, sorry, 8 to 19 is the other way.
You like check the expiration date, and when you do, you see that there's like a little hole in the box where like a rat or some shit has like
What?
eaten out. Like,
What the fuck? I have a rat? It was like, why wasn't it just a bad expiration date? Okay, so I have a rat. This is like a whole other problem. So I call like 411 on my phone.
And it's like, hello,
I hit 1.
how can I help you?
Do you know someone who will kill rats for free?
One
No.
moment. Roll 2d20.
16 to 9.
Okay. So it's like pest control services in the area. You have one free option. City pest control. Current waiting list. Roll 2d20.
7 years.
13 to 13.
1 week.
Okay. Can I be placed on the waiting list?
Sure.
Can you place me on the waiting list?
Roll 2d20.
9 to 20.
It's like, error, goodbye.
I hang up, and then I redial 411.
Okay.
Okay,
Hello.
1.
How can I help you?
What is the phone number for the free pest control in my area?
1 moment. Roll 2d20.
3 to 11.
Goodbye.
I'm trying to think of how this is gonna work. Okay, so it's like you met Dale's extremely expensive pest service.
No, I did not.
Roll 2d20.
8 to 2.
Oh, what did you mean?
Free pest control in my area. What is the phone number?
1 moment. Oh, here it is.
No.
The phone number is 911-84-323.
Okay. 911-84-323. Okay. I hang up and I go 911-84-323 into my phone.
The city free pest control. How can we help you?
Hello, I would like to be placed on your waiting list. I believe I have a rat in my house, and I would like it to be killed for free. I am in a boathouse. I hope that's not a problem.
And the guy's like, all right, just give me 1 second now. And he's like typing on the computer. Roll 2d20.
4 to 18.
He's like, oh shit, did you say a boathouse?
And I go, it's a house that floats on water, and it's like a boat, and it's a house.
He's like, we've been having swamp monsters we've been having to take care of. We don't do boathouses. 3 people died in a boathouse.
Yo, can I learn more about swamp monsters? 1 to 7.
He's like, that's classified information, sir. This is a city matter.
I go, give me 1 moment, please, sir.
He's like, okay, I'm gonna eat my lunch.
Okay, so
You
I
can
put
hear him like eating a sandwich on the phone.
I put him on hold on my phone.
Okay.
Okay, I look in my house. X said, still live? He said, Nick is on drugs. Thank you for smashing the like button. Okay, so I check my phone for like a tape recorder.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll 2d20.
You have no tape recording.
18 to 15.
Okay, you have a tape recorder.
I have a lot of recording devices.
Yeah,
I check.
your tape recorder has like it has like 2 hours of recording ability.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a decent tape recorder.
Nice. What kind of tape recorder is it?
It's like a thing on your phone. It's like an app.
Oh. Can it work while I'm in a phone call?
Yes.
Oh.
But
Cool.
it's got bad audio.
I do it. Yo, Nerd Tanker, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Thank you for smashing that like button. I, hit the record button, and I say, hello, my name is Tej. And then I hit the record button again to stop it. And then I hit the play button to hear the audio quality to see if it's clear.
Roll 2d20.
17 to 7.
You hear back in like crystal clear perfection. Hello, my name is Ted.
Okay, so I know that it has good audio quality speaking in through the microphone. But what about the speaker speaking into itself? So can I open the app as 2 different tabs?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to press record on one and press play on the other recording.
Okay, so roll 2d20.
10 to 9.
Okay, so it's like, hello, my name is Tej, and then it records and saves.
Okay, and then I press play on the recording of the recording.
So you hear, hello, my name is Tej, and then you hear, hello, my name is Tej.
Why did it do it twice? Okay, so it has some weird feedback loop for anything that's said through the speaker. That's not bad. That still works exactly for what I need it to. So I close out the recorder tabs.
Okay.
I then check to make sure I still have those files on my phone and that I don't have to keep the recorder up to keep those files.
That's good.
Okay, cool.
It says Tej twice.
I email myself those files,
Okay.
and I delete them off my phone to save space.
Yeah.
Okay, not the emails, the files.
Right.
Not the emails.
Then I take the phone off. Whoa. Right before I do it, I go, hold it, wait the fuck up.
Okay.
I open the recorder app. I hit record, and then I take him off hold.
Okay. And he's like, hello? Well, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry. I had to go for a moment.
And he's like, that's fine. We've been dealing with these swamp. I mean, this is a city security thing. Don't worry.
So why can't you do the boathouse thing again?
City reasons.
Okay, what happened to a lot of your fellow coworkers recently during boathouse things?
City things.
City things? Did that have anything to do with swamps?
He's like, mainly most bodies of water, not necessarily swamps.
Do they have anything to do with monsters?
We can't talk about that information over the phone, sir.
So there's information to talk about, but not over the phone?
Not necessarily, sir. It depends on if you have a level 9 city security access clearance or not.
Well, I do.
Do I have level 9 access security clearance to the city?
I don't know you, sir.
I'm Tej, the Chinese knockoff style local hero that's sponsored by the city.
Roll 2d20.
I mean, when you say no.
11 to 7.
He's like, I fucking hate local heroes. He hangs up the phone.
Challenger just said, hey, Tanker. Okay. So, I stopped recording.
Mm-hmm.
I listened back to it. What does it sound like?
It sounds the same, except there's like a little bit of like a reverberation type thing.
Okay, like echoes.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Especially when he gets to, I fucking hate local heroes.
So there's a swamp monster problem, and he killed multiple of the free exterminators that would have killed this fucking rat that got in my Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I throw away the box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, by the way. I'm very upset.
Okay.
I checked to see if I have Reese's.
Roll 2d20.
The rat?
16 to 2.
Okay. So you did.
Okay. I then checked the box to see if the rat's still in the box.
Roll 2d20.
14 to 1.
No.
Okay. It's a good thing that you know. I don't understand. So I checked to see if I have Reese's Puffs.
Roll 2d20.
No.
10 to 11.
No, you have Raisin Bran.
What? I checked to see if I have.
You have like extra raisin.
But I hate raisin bread.
Shredded mini wheats.
Roll 2d20.
7 to 14.
You're out of space in your cabinet. You don't have any.
I threw away the Cinnamon Toast. How much extra raisin bran do I have?
You have like 2 boxes and then like a space where your 3rd box of cinnamon.
Only
Toast
3 boxes of cereal on your shelf.
Well, you have an RV, so
Like in my other vehicle, I could have more cereal.
I don't know how you live your life.
I checked my fridge to see if I have any milk.
Roll 2d20.
4 to 1.
You do, and it's like 2 days before the expiration date.
Oh, I would have drank it if it was like 2 days after the expiration. I don't give a fuck. Do I have like a gallon?
Roll 2d20.
13 to 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a quarter empty though.
What?
Do I have a gallon?
That's just not a gallon.
You have like the thing, but it's like
I have like
some
3
above.
quarters.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, do I have bowls? I only need 1. Do I have a bowl I can use?
Roll 2d10.
It's chopped in half.
15 to 12.
Yeah, you have like a set of like pretty decent bowls.
Okay, I take one of the bowls and I like run water over it like in the sink. And I hold it up and I look under to see if there's like holes in this bitch.
Roll 2d20.
17 to 6.
Nah, you good. It's like clean.
Okay, and then I use that as an opportunity to rinse it out. And then I like cut the water off on my sink.
Yeah.
And now I like kind of shake my bowl a little bit to get a little bit of the water off into the sink.
Yeah.
And then I put the bowl on the counter. Do I have 1 spoon? Like, not saying only 1, but do I have like at least 1 spoon?
Roll 2d20.
You only have knives.
15 to 7.
Yeah, you got like a fuck ton of spoons.
Okay, is the spoon clean?
There are some clean spoons. Some are in your sink, but like most of them are clean.
Okay. Whoa. How much shit is in my sink?
Roll 2d10.
All of it.
15 to 9.
Not very much. Like you have like a couple spoons and like a couple forks and knives and like 1 bowl.
I get some lotion. I apply lotion to my hands.
Okay.
I then start running water in the sink and I take like some Ajax, and I like pour it in the sink, and I close the Ajax bottle, and I take a stopper, and I put it in that side of the sink.
Do you have a stopper?
To like make sure that like the water like fills up the thing and doesn't just. Oh, like do I own a stopper?
Yeah.
No.
4-4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
like a little rubber one.
So I put my stopper in so that the water like actually like fills up in the sink.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure the water's like warm. I don't like washing dishes in like cold water. And I stop the sink from like putting in water when it gets to like halfway full of water. Okay. I take my like sink rag.
Do you have a sink rack?
I'm gonna say yeah.
And I dip it in the water for a moment, and I like move it around in the water, and I remove the rag, and I wring it out in the other sink, and I grab a spoon out of the water. Or fuck, what all is in what all is in the sink?
2 spoons, 2 forks, a knife, and it like a not like a steak knife, but like a butter knife.
Okay, so
and a bowl.
And a bowl. I wash my dishes. And I set them in the drainer. And for the knife specifically, I grab it by the handle. I wash up the side that's not serrated. And then for the serrated side, I like move the rag over that bitch. But I don't move my hand over it. Like I like and then I always rinse my dishes after I cover them in soap and water. Because I'm not trying to poison myself before I put them in the drainer. And I always put the knives blade down first, so that later when I need a knife, I don't stab myself in the hand. And also the forks are blade down first for the same reason.
You mean time down?
Oh, there's like a name for them.
Yeah.
Time down first.
Time.
Oh, time down first.
Okay, so roll 2d20.
You did none of that.
10-12.
So you did it, and like your stuff's now clean. But because of where you like ran the rag over it, you have like a hole in your rag.
I understand.
Now D20 to see if you accidentally cut your hand.
I don't see how I would. Yeah, the way I did it specifically like helps my hand not get fucked. So, for the hole in my rag thing, I check to see if I have a sponge.
Roll 2d20.
13 to 16.
So you like, where do you look for the sponge?
Under the cabinet.
Okay, so you like open the bottom of the sink, and like a sponge, like an old crusty dried out sponge is like in the back, and you like go to grab it, and it like hikes up its shorts, and it's like, ah, fuck, Squidward, and it like runs out and like jumps out a window.
Well, there's one of your rents.
I check the corner of like the cabinet where that nigga was,
Okay.
and I waft to see if I smell cinnamon.
Cinnamon? Roll 2d20.
10 to 11.
It just smells like ass back there. There's like no sign of sponge particulates.
Okay, so I take like some Febreze that's down there, and I spray it under there. Don't know why the sponge was smelling like ass or whatever. And then, I go back, and I'm like, well, fuck, I don't have a sponge anymore. At least I have a torn out rag. It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
So, I take the fucking Raisin Bran with extra raisins, and I'm like, take the box, and I pull the tabs out, and I don't rip the fucking lid of it sucks when people do that shit, and I like carefully open the bag, and I don't tear that shit vertically.
Roll 2d20.
No one tears it.
Like new or not.
Oh, 17 to 15.
Yeah, it's new. Okay, so you do all that.
And then I pour it in the bowl, carefully, not trying to spill shit. I gotta clean up.
Suddenly a rat pops out.
And then, out of the new one, 17 to 20.
So, it's like all raisins. Like there's cereal in there, but like your pour was just shit, and you just got like most of the raisins.
I like carefully pour the bowl back into the bag.
Okay.
It's
And
still
then-
gonna be top heavy raisins.
I curl the bag. I guess I can't really curl it because it's a
'Cause it's
full
kinda
fucking box of cereal. So you have to shake it before. Like I had to have like already shaken it well to have any successful opportunity. So
you like really like because you're not gonna actually taste these. You could just be like, "Fuck, I eat the raisins and move on."
but where's the brand? So, fuck. So what I
Matters to
do
Tej.
right?
is I pour it in the bowl, right?
Mhm.
Is it all raisins again? It would make sense, but if
Roll
it's
two,
not,
roll 2d20.
how do I work that out? 11-7.
It's only
You've
half and
gotten,
half.
You've gotten like significantly more. Like there's still a good bit of raisins, but it's not even like half raisins.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah, you've gotten like quite a bit of cereal this time.
Okay, it's not even half raisins.
Right.
Okay.
It's like
I applaud it. I applaud
it's
my
like
fucking
3/8 raisins.
3/8 raisins. So then I grab some milk from my fridge. I unscrew it, put the cap down next to the bowl, but not the screw down, like top of it down, not trying to be nasty. And I carefully pour the milk in the bowl, but not too much to where the cereal gets too high and the bitch like flows out.
Yeah.
That always sucks. And and then also not too much to where I know that if I put a spoon in that bitch, it'll displace it and it'll do it anyways. And like make sure that I don't drip any milk off the side as I slowly stop pouring it. And then I screw the cap back on. I open the fridge. I put the milk back in the fridge. I close the fridge. Make sure it's closed.
Okay.
I
Roll 2d20.
17-7.
You good as fuck.
I take a spoon. I put the spoon in the cereal. And I eat it carefully over the counter to ensure I do not spill any cereal, milk, or raisins, or bowl, or spoon, or my body, or my bodily fluids.
You saw it.
Okay. I consume one bowl of cereal.
Right. Got it.
I do all that shit again.
With the dishes?
No. Where I make a second bowl of cereal, making sure that I don't fuck up
Roll
this.
2d20.
5-14.
So when you're doing it, like like for whatever reason, like a little like wave like laps up against your thing, and like your bowl like tilts off and like falls onto the ground, like full of milk and cereal.
I pick up the bowl
Right.
and I take the spoon. I put it. I like rinse it first,
Right.
and then I put it in the sink water that had the soap.
Okay.
Then I go and I get a mop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you have a mop?
Roll 2d20. Wait. So just. I want to help, but I can't help. Okay. Roll 2d20. You good. You got him up.
Okay. I then pick up my phone and I call 411, and then when it picks up, I hit 1.
How can I help you?
Is there a better solution to me cleaning up a spilt bowl of Raisin Bran with extra raisins on my floor? I was gonna get a mop, but I mean, is there a better alternative than that?
Roll 2d20.
17 and 13.
It's like, let me look that up for you. So the music plays, and it's like, we found 3 results. Result 1, mop it up. Result 2, use telekinesis to pick it up if you have telekinesis. Result 3, be nasty. Thank you. How else can I help you?
What is the fastest way to obtain telekinesis if you don't already have telekinesis?
Well,
Telekinesis is fake.
1818.
1818. It's like one moment. So it's like it's like I found one article, and title of article, some pseudoscientists believe.
Close your eyes.
Some pseudoscientists at the University of California in Berkeley believe that
Called out.
believe that the telekinesis can be achieved through long hours of strenuous focus combined with extremely intense magnetic fields to the temples.
I then asked the 411, how credible is this? 7 to 5.
It replies with, it's from a pretty good school. I mean, it seems credible. It's gotten good reviews from peer-reviewed papers, but there haven't been any experimental trials as of this point.
So not credible at all.
It's just theoretical.
It's very theoretical.
But it's like solid theory.
Could you provide me the number for the lab that's working on this?
Roll 2d20.
19 to 3.
Here's the number.
Cool. I'm write down that number in my notes app.
Gotcha. You got it.
Okay. So then on 411,
Yes.
I then talk to the 411 person and I go, what is the easiest way to get S9 clearance in this city?
Roll 2d20.
Be the mayor of the city.
13 to 4.
13-4. S9 clearance is achieved by working for a government agency above S9 clearance, which includes Homeland Security, the Secret Service assigned to the mayor, the highest order of local hero, and extreme pest control. Tier 9.
What is the easiest way to achieve Tier 9 of extreme pest control?
Take out swamp monster.
Roll.
20 to 12.
Okay. So it's
The
like
end of the world.
right. So it's like most pest control people go through. Most pest control technicians go through
Sorry about the lag.
5 years of training plus 10 years of experiential work. It took a second.
What is the current highest bounty for a pest in the city?
Checking.
4 to 1.
Okay. $12 million.
Swamp monster.
What is the pest that has the $12 million bounty, and where was it last spotted in the city?
Roll 2d20.
16 to 8.
A mythical sponge creature. Last seen. Unknown. Thank you.
Does it wear pants?
Checking. Sometimes.
Alright.
It has a poor fashion sense.
Colin said, Jet, you text ignoring turd. I probably didn't know I got a text because I'm streaming. Also, good to see you, Colin. Also, at what time do you want to hang out tomorrow? Oh. Well, where are we? Oh, yeah. Brace your eyes, Colin.
Colin specific.
Don't look at the screen for a moment. The light's going to come on. Okay, we're back. Where are we at? Oh, the sponge. Right. So that's the highest bounty.
Mm-hmm.
What's the second high? Oh wait, was the highest what you needed to get the tier 9?
Yes.
A high bounty. Not
A high.
necessarily the high.
What is the one under sponge creature? Kirby said that didn't work, Winslow.
I tried. Check-in. We roll 2d20.
10? 11. Fuck. Colin said, Bang and I want to get breakfast. Winslow can join us. Yo, you got invited to breakfast? At what time?
I don't know, but breakfast.
I enjoy breakfast.
I don't.
At what time? And is it a buffet breakfast? Is it like IHOP breakfast? Is it that Wawa House breakfast? Is it that Gong Corral breakfast?
So...
Also, can I do laundry at your place? Also, can I buy a Tide Pod off you for like 50 cents or $1 so I can do my laundry? Dad's going to give me more laundry pods Sunday, but Sunday's after Saturday. So, yeah. Also, we have low battery.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
Do you have a charger for your phone?
It's currently charging.
But you're at low battery?
That's because it's not, like, maximum efficiency. So, like, the video thing takes up more than the energy that the laptop can
So,
provide.
Jed, I guess you're going to have to stop.
I am going to eventually. But before it, okay, Colin said somewhere between 10 and 11. Prob's not Corral. We were thinking IHOP. Would you prefer IHOP or some other option?
IHOP's fine. I just gotta like check to make sure I'm good with like money situation.
Are you good with time situation? He said sometime between 10 and 11. Do you have any classes Friday? Oh, wait, I mean Saturday. Oh, yeah, it's the fucking weekend. No one has classes.
So...
Scanner said, wow, you've been streaming for 2 hours. You right. So, do you want to do... you said sometime between 10 and 11.
Yes.
So, do you think 10:30, 10, or 11 would work best for you?
Probably like 11.
11? Can we do 11?
11:30.
That's past the whole entire range. You overcame the whole possible range.
But I don't want to eat breakfast at IHOP. I'd rather eat lunch.
Colin asked if Matt's here. Yeah, Matt's currently complaining because he would rather eat lunch than breakfast. You can eat lunch things at IHOP. It's not
yeah,
just
but like
breakfast food.
11's really early for lunch.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be my whole one meal. I don't.
So yeah, you so like it's like one moment and it's loading, and then all of a sudden you hear like the same pest control dude. Like, I thought I told you quit asking about monsters.
What?
What?
I go into my like recorder app
Also,
and then I
breakfast is
come
great,
back into the
but
phone.
I'd rather
And then I
not
go,
eat
"What?"
out for breakfast.
And he's like, you need security 9 clearance
For what?
to ask those questions you were asking
Questions about what?
about pest control matters in the city above level 9 clearance.
Which include?
Roll 2d20.
No, so
13?
You're willing to play the Dangerous Jet.
10. Colin said, I want to finally play Jank. Yo, we should be able to play Jank this week.
Yeah, maybe you won't bring like 5 other people to try and make characters again.
You never know how.
He's like, you need.
Oh, wait, what time are we doing, Colin? I just want to, like, confirm a time so I know when I need to wake up and get ready.
He's like, you need level 9 clearance. If you ask again, we're gonna come find you. Goodbye.
Oh, whoa. I'm asking again. I'm asking.
You're asking again about the.
Yeah. I say that. Like, I'm asking again. I'm asking again.
And he's like, stop.
Find me.
I'm not going to say find me. I'm asking again.
What are you asking about?
I'm asking about the swamp monsters.
That's a level 9 clearance thing. We can't confirm nor deny that information, sir.
Wait, why is it level 9 clearance, the swamp monsters?
He's like, anything that could potentially be maybe about something hypothetically that you would be talking about is level 9 clearance. Goodbye, sir.
Wait.
He hung up.
But am I still on the phone with 411? Like,
No, like he like got into the 411 thing and was like, stop it.
Colin said, I can get you at 10:30. Is Aiden game for 10:30? I know that's half an hour before you wanted. He said thumbs up. He's down for 10:30. Are you gonna like come to my place and we'll both wait for Colin and he'll pick us up, kind of thing?
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll wake up, I guess at like 9, and I'll like call my parents, check with them, and then I'll let you know what's up. That'll be good.
Okay. Okay, and then he said they have a student discount, so he can get the whole meal for less than $13.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a good deal.
Dude, my meal is definitely less than $13. They have all-you-can-eat pancakes. You get a large bacon, and then they give you more shit if you finish the fucking plate of pancakes.
Nice.
Talking about.
So,
Solid.
yeah, so.
Oh
continue.
yeah. So he cucked the shit out of me. So I'm gonna call 411. When they pick up, I hit the 1 button.
Okay.
Q said we missed Pancake Day.
Oh, it
With
sounds
all
like-
you can eat pancakes, every day is Pancake Day.
Roll 2d20.
So it sounds like I'm gonna be there at
Wait, I hit the
12.
1 on the 411.
Right, yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm just gonna eat
5
breakfast
to
and
3.
lunch before heading out.
I get you.
Okay, so you're just gonna meet up with us.
Yeah.
And then Colin said no, the Tuesday thing. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter because they have all you can eat pancakes. Every day can be Pancake Day.
He's
You
like-
mean the free pancake thing? Psh, I'm willing to spend a little
In
bit of money
In the
for all you
meantime,
can
while
eat.
waiting for people, you can do Jank Heroes with Colin so that he finally gets to play Jank Heroes.
He can play with people and without. Also, Gerard will want to play.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
so.
Gerard
Bring
has a
your
new
character
character
sheet,
sheet.
Jet. Bring his real character sheet, Jet.
So he's like.
You gotta remind me.
So he's
I'm not
like,
gonna be there to remind you.
You can text me.
The 411 machine's like.
Q said, since when is Jet okay with spending money? I like how you're like, the story. What are you?
So the 411 machine's like, hello, how can I help you?
Oh, what's up with the swamp monsters in the city?
Check it. Roll 2d20.
11 to 7.
Ooh, okay. It's like city mayor reports of unidentified threat to city. More information has been classified at level 9 clearance.
How
I-
does
I
that
think
relate
it's
to
good
swamp monsters?
That's like the only article on it.
No, I asked, like, how does that relate to swamp monsters?
Check it. Did you mean Wikipedia article Loch Ness Monster?
No. I meant, how does that relate to swamp monsters?
This should be good, Jet.
Roll 2d20.
1 to 7.
It's like, keyword recognized. And the guy gets back on the phone and he's like, I fucking told you. We're coming for you.
Oh, thank you. And I hang up.
But you said thank you before hanging up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said thank you, and then I hang up. And then I hit stop record.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I got some good information. They're coming. That's what I wanted before, so they could kill this fucking rat that fucked with my Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They crossed a line. So the exterminator people are coming for the rat, which is good. And then I have this fucking spilt
Do you
cereal.
know that it's the exterminator people?
So I got the spilt cereal on my floor.
Do you? Okay.
I got.
That's what you're dealing
I
with?
never fixed this problem.
You don't think there's a bigger problem, Kyle?
I checked to see if during the phone call that our rat started eating the cereal or not. That's pretty good bait.
No, it's just
Raisin
like
Bran isn't really a good rap
more
bait.
soggy on your floor. Like,
Did it absorb the milk at least?
did the floor?
No, the what? The cereal. The floor? What?
I mean, if it's a wooden floor,
That's true.
7 to 3.
Okay.
or if it's a rug.
The milk has been absorbed by some of the cereal, and you're like looking down at it, and it just looks kind of gross. Also, like in the background, very faintly, you can hear like the sound of like a siren.
Jet, you're going to jail.
Okay. I checked to see if there's a button that'll make my ship undock from the pier or whatever.
Roll 2d20.
Colin said, what kind of cereal? Spilt fucking extra raisin bran on the fucking floor. This is Winslow's game, by the way.
You should play it.
It was 13 to 4.
fuck, for whatever reason, even though it has nothing to do with your character, you have a button for that. So
I hit the button that undocks my boat from like the fucking ship, and
So,
I have a
like-
way of steering the ship from inside of it without
You
going
gotta
out on the
roll
dock.
2d20.
I gotta ask. That's what I'm asking.
Oh, I thought you
Five.
were
Nope.
gonna have it.
16.
So you hit the button and like the rope like retracts and falls into the water, and then like your boat
He
starts
said
like
raisin bran,
floating
old people grapes. You're right. The boat starts floating.
just like into the middle of the river.
Oh, cool! It's leaving.
Yeah.
That's the main thing I needed. So, so the boat's like getting the fuck out.
Yeah.
So I still have this fucking raisin bran on the
So
floor.
like, are you gonna look out the window or anything?
I feel like looking out windows is how niggas get shot. I have raisin bran with extra raisins on my floor.
So you
Pressing
like-
issue.
So you like in the background hear the siren like past where your house was.
And then I go, well, at least I'm on my houseboat. It's the comfort of home anywhere I go. But I have raisin bran with extra raisins on my floor.
Okay.
So I'm going to see if I have a fishing net. I'm going to use it as bait to catch a swamp monster, but only if I have a fishing net. 16 to 7.
You have a fishing net.
I use the fishing net to pick up the raisin bran, so I can use it as bait to catch
It's
the
more
swamp
grounded in
monster.
reality, but
Q said, so this is not a superhero setting? This is his game. This
No.
is Winslow's game.
When you can basically make it whatever you want. Like Jet right now is like a sort of a local hero, and he's like starting to learn about like telekinesis and like meditation and like certain kung fu like martial arts stuff. There's like
Mainly hip hop keto.
yeah. So like it's pretty comedy based, but you can make it however you want. So definitely check it out. We'll have to play it if you ever want to.
You need to do a character creation video. This kind of like the start of this, but like the whole video is you just reading the same thing you read before and explaining it, and then saying, and now you can make your own. And you should say something at the end like, and if you want to play in the chat or something, hit me up and we can do videos where you play in the chat.
For sure.
Yeah.
So continuing this, roll 2d20 please.
Okay. No, not 20 against 10.
Okay.
Get
So
noted.
for whatever reason, your net has like super tiny little like like weaves, so you're able to pick up the cereal, but the milk like drips through.
I thought it was more absorbent cereal. Adaptive guy said, okay, that's amazing. And then Q said, so it's urban fantasy.
Yeah.
So I got some fucking milk on my. Luckily, I grabbed my mop earlier, and I mop up the fucking milk
Okay.
as I carry the net through my boathouse to get it outside.
Okay.
and you pass by a
How
window and
big
get
is
shot.
this net? Because this is kind of a good question. How big is this net?
How big is this
Big
net? Roll
enough to
D20.
catch a swamp monster. 9 to 2.
Okay, so it's like probably as big as this table, but like you're, I guess, folding it up, kind of.
So I'm mopping as I carry the net out. And I go up to my thing that I hang up to lower the net. Adaptive guy said, do you like your university? I do enjoy my university. And I like hook up the net to the thing that you use to lower a fishing net in the water, because that's why people have fishing nets on boats, is specifically for this
But this
purpose.
isn't the boat, it's a houseboat, but you can have
Fuck me.
to see if you have that. No.
5 to 16. So I don't have one of these shits. So I'm gonna like, do I have a cinder block on my deck?
On your deck, roll 2d20.
Not on my dick, on my deck.
Yeah.
20 to 14.
For whatever reason, your deck came with you and you have it. Okay.
No, the deck of the ship.
It's not a shit. It's like a house. It's like an RV.
Remember when I asked earlier, like, do I have like a deck? And you were like, yeah, you have a deck. And I walked out on my deck, and I was like, not
Right.
my dock, my deck.
Right, but like a deck is also considered just like a part of a house.
Oh, like you weren't thinking
Like a
boat.
patio.
I was thinking boat.
Oh, you have like a patio.
You wrecked it?
So I'm gonna set the cinder block on the edge of the net, and then it hangs off of my deck or whatever. into the water.
Roll 2d1.
Your boat stops.
It's not an anchor. 13 to 12.
Okay, so like you can see that it's like given a little bit of weight because the water's like pulling the net back.
Hugh
but it's
said, "All right,
staying.
I'm going to let Gerard know when we're meeting and going to bed. See you guys at 10:30. See
ya.
you then. Also, I'm gonna have to get off soon, and also my phone has low battery. But when we finish this episode, you should do the video where you explain character creation and tell people if they want to play, they can play on stream."
I sure
You
will.
screwed me over
Cool.
at Jank Heroes, Chet.
I'm sorry, I didn't know
Well,
you were
if you
coming.
start a character on this, then
I actually don't think I'd enjoy it that much. Not to throw shade at you.
You don't like hip hop keto?
No, but
you can literally make it whatever.
but like
you
it's
want.
too numbers based. There's too many things that are given statistics to the point where having all these being RNG is sort of ridiculous.
Yeah, the reason that you get numbers to begin with is to like check if you have stuff. But then if you already have it, then it starts to
I
become
mean, yeah,
like,
but
oh, you
like
just use it.
even just in the background stuff in general, it's just a bit too much for like what a background. Like I feel like a background should be a lot more description based rather than role based.
Understandable. So I guess let's continue. So you have your net.
Okay, so you were explaining what was happening within it.
Yeah, so it like it's being pulled a little bit by the current, but your cinder blocks hold it.
Okay, cool. So I'm hoping that Swamp Monster comes to get the cereal, but then it gets caught in the net. And then I would have used a fucking reel-in mechanism to catch the Swamp Monster, but instead,
So you're gonna overpower a salt monster.
I'm gonna have to use my hip hop keto, and try and lift the Swamp Monster out of the fucking water, and then hope that it can be incapacitated by soggy cereal. The same thing that acted as its bait.
roll 2d20.
18 to 5.
18 to 5. Okay. So you like.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you, Matt. So you feel like a huge, like, you see like your whole fucking net like pulled really tight, and there's like a lot of tension. Roll 2d20.
14 to 10.
Fuck. Okay. So you like start to see like a big like moss covered like green thing fucking rolling around in the net, and it's like human sized, and like your cinder block's starting to get shaky.
Okay. Hip hop keto, and pull that nigga on deck.
Okay. So, roll 2d20.
19 to 5.
You got him on deck. He's like real confused by being on the deck. He's like, I've never been on land before. He's like flopping around and shit.
I say to it calmly, I have once experienced what it was like to flop as a fish. Look at me and visualize yourself as me, and you will understand the joys of land.
And he like looks up at you and he's like, I can tell you've been in this situation before. And he like stares you in the eye as he like very wobbly like tries to stand up.
Okay, you're doing well. I believe in you. I like pull out my phone and I like hit like record on my camera of like the swamp monster.
He's like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, I'm like, it's just like a little rectangle thing. And I like touch it to me and I'm like, it doesn't do anything.
And he's like, it looks bright.
What? Do I have like the light on, like a flash or
You
something?
can see like that there's things on the screen. Like you can see that things are changing on it.
Like you can see that like it changes like brightness when I do things on it, even if
Like-
it's not facing him.
Well, cause like you have the camera out, so
Mhm.
like if you move the phone and like he just sees like a little glint of something like change, and he's like,
Oh, then I like turn my brightness down and I just and I go, yeah, like this is just a tool. Kirby said, "Yay, I won my first game with my deck. It was a huge clusterfuck though. Congratulations."
So yeah, so he's like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't really know about this.
What's your name?
And he's like, I don't have one. I don't even know. Like, I don't have any other things like me. I've just been here for a while.
Would you like to be my friend?
Roll 2d20.
Oh, right.
You're like,
I forgot that this was like a game. 14 to 18?
Like, he's like, I kind of just, you caught me, but I kind of just want to go back in the water. Like, that's my home, and you sort of stole me.
Did you like the food that was in the net?
He's like, I just smelled something that smelled like my favorite food, raisins, and...
I have Raisin Bran, which has extra raisins.
He's like, that sounds good, but I also kind of want to go home.
Would you like a new home that has Raisin Bran with extra raisins?
Roll 2d20.
20 to 12!
He's like, yeah, I don't know much about, like, human society, and also I have to stay constantly wet because I'm made of moss.
Don't worry, I live on a boat house. I am always around water. Could we do a thing where, like, you swim and you, like, stay, like, around the boat more or less? And then when you're hungry, I can give you, like, raisins. And if I run out of raisins, I can, like, drive my boat back to where I dock it. And I'll have to leave for a bit, but I'll come back with more Raisin Bran with extra raisins.
And he's like, that sounds good, but do you promise you're not going to leave? Because the last person that I lived on a houseboat with was this exterminator guy, and he was kind of a dick, and he sprayed me with poison, and I ate him.
You ate him?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to spray you with poison.
Okay.
I didn't have anything else. I didn't. Kirby said the site that he was playing on is like Dueling Book. That sounds horrible for Magic the Gathering. And then he said, "What, raisins?" Then he said, "All of the raisins." But yeah, I'm not gonna spray you with poison.
And he's like, okay, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So what do I do now?
Well, if you want, you can swim around the boat. Because I know you always like to, like, be wet. And if you want some raisins, I can, like, throw some raisins. Or you can come up for it. Like, you can choose whether or not you
He's
want.
like, can I just come in your house sometimes?
Yeah, sure. Do you feel like you'll ever be, like, inconvenienced because of the whole, like, wet thing?
He's like, no, but it might... like, I can be out for, like, minutes. Like, I can be out for a little while. It's just until my, like... It's like my skin. So once it starts to dry out, it'll, like, fall off.
Oh.
So it'll just be inconvenient for you because your floor will be wet all the time.
That does sound... Oh, I have this. And I show him my mop.
He's like, what the fuck is that?
And I go, check this out. And, like, I go by, like, the water that's, like, splattered from, like, pulling the net back. But not, like, right up on him or anything.
Yeah.
And I, like, do my mop on it. And I show that, like, it picked up the water. But then it, like, kind of drips a little bit. And I move to the side of the boat and I, like, wring it. And, like, the water, like, comes out and goes into the river.
He's like, you have a water net. You're like Billy Mays.
I can see the resemblance. Smoke said, hey. And then he said, literally, whatever, what? And then Kirby said, but does it sound reasonable? This is his RPG that he made. Don't worry, we're going to get, like, a video on how to make your own character and how to play with us soon.
Yeah.
So we're going to release that after this video.
Absolutely. So he's like, you're pretty cool. That's not poison, is it?
Don't eat the mop.
He's like, okay.
Yeah, there are certain things that are, like, not good to eat, but they're not, like, poison, if that makes sense. Like, it wouldn't be good for your body, but it's not like you feed it to people to kill them.
He's like, it's like land mud. Like, the only thing I've ever seen that I can't eat in the water is mud.
That seems really inconvenient.
He's like, yeah. But I'm kind of made of mud. And, like...
So,
and,
you
like,
just can't cannibalize, it sounds like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it would just sort of, like, come back out of me.
Bub said, hey, Bub, I need it. Good to see you, Bub. Don't forget to
Bub.
smash that like button.
But he's like, this sounds good. This sounds like a step up.
Yeah, I am enjoying it. But yeah, if you ever come in my house and you're like really wet, could you use this to like mop up your water trail? And then if you like start getting dry and you're like, oh no, you could like try to just do the thing I did over the boat where you just wring it out over your head. And then it'll give you a little bit more wetness so that when you go back in, you're not drying out the whole time. You're a little wet still. Yeah.
He was like, I can try, but my algae isn't very strong. So like anything I get too much of a grip on kind of rips my algae. So I'll try, but it might like fuck me up a little.
Hold on, I might have a bucket that has like a wringer on it that can like wring the towel for you so that you never have to grip the towel. You just hit a button on the bucket and it wrings the towel out and it puts the water in the bucket and you pour the bucket on yourself and then you like leave.
He's like, that sounds good.
Okay.
Do
I
you
checked to
have
see
that?
if I have that. Yeah, I'm gonna look at my house to see if I have one of those. 5-3.
You have one, shit.
Yeah, they're just really convenient.
Yeah.
Bubs is cool.
So he's like, this sounds like a really good setup. I guess I'll get in the water and just like hold on to the house since it's floating. Because I'm kind of drying out at this point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and it's great to meet you. My name's Tej.
And he's like, again, I don't really know my name, but
Would you like a name?
He's like, names seem like things for things that live in societies. I'm just sort of like an animal.
I don't know. Societies are all about being social, and you seem rather sociable.
He's like, I guess that makes sense. What would my name be?
Would you like the name Pause?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good to meet you, Pause.
Good to meet you, Tej. And he's like, can I have some of that Raisin Bran, Tej?
Yeah. And I go in my house, and I come out with some...
When you come out... when you come out... He's like, it's like taking him a second, because he like thought
I'm
you had to
still
go in
filming
for
and
a
shit.
minute. Yeah, you like had to go in for a minute, and he's like, I'm a human and my name is Paul. He's like walking around, and then he's like, oh.
And then I like reach into the bag, and I grab like a handful, and I'm like, I don't know how you would like this served.
He's like, you can just put it in my hands.
Oh, okay. And I like hold my hand over his hands, and I like try and make sure as much of it gets in his hands as possible.
It like goes into his like, not seaweed, but like his
Like algae.
algae type stuff, and it just sort of absorbs in, and he's like, thank you.
Sorry about the lag.
And he's like, well, thank you for that Raisin Bran. I'm gonna go get back in the water.
Bub says, Tej, I thought your name was Nick. My character in the game is named Tej.
Yeah.
This is a game that he made, because Bub said, what is this?
It's a game that please don't dock the boat because you'll crush me to death.
Okay, at any point where I would like dock the boat, I would say, I'm gonna dock the boat, pause, you should move to a different part of the boat so that you don't get crushed to death.
He's like, I can do that, just let me know what side.
True.
He like swims from this side. Gotcha.
And then I like stop recording, and then I like email myself the recording. Then I watch the original recording.
Okay.
Is it good quality?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And then I go inside my house. Do I have a laptop?
Do you have a yes, because you used it previously, didn't you?
Sure. And then
Alright.
and then I open my email on my laptop. Yo, Chapatos Choppy, good to see you. Yep, Nick and Winslow are here. I open my laptop. I like open my email that has the video. I watch the video on my computer.
Okay.
Okay. I go, do I have a YouTube account?
Roll a d20 or 2d20.
17 to 9.
Yeah.
Okay. I like download. Chapato Chappie asked, "Does Winslow enjoy these?" This is his game.
Yeah.
I'm
I enjoy
playing
it.
his game. He's the game master.
Yeah.
Jankiro's Funafaic is like my game, and then Jankiro's Remix is Matt's version of my game.
Mm-hmm. And then this is literally whatever.
So, fuck, I started thinking about cereal. So, oh yes. So then, was it good quality on my laptop?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I went on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to upload the video to my YouTube.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to name it My Friend Pause. And in the description, I'm going to say, my friend Pause, he's really cool, he likes raisins.
So it like starts to upload and it says approximately 8 hours.
I check to make sure that I have my Wi-Fi on.
Roll a D20.
Okay.
D20.
Chapatos Chappie said, literally whatever, like what? To which then Aiden's like, the name of the game that I made is literally whatever. 15 to 15?
Okay. So you have like a Wi-Fi router,
Yeah.
but it's not good Wi-Fi.
Oh, I know what I can do. Can my phone do Wi-Fi hotspots?
Roll 2D20.
18 to 1. I accidentally tapped it twice.
You both of them are good. Yeah, you can.
Okay. Chapato Chappie says that he's asleep. Okay, have a great night.
Good night.
I use the hotspot on my phone to try and increase the internet signal.
You got it.
Okay, cool. At what point, like, how long is my upload estimation time?
Now it's like 20 minutes.
20 minutes? That seems reasonable. How long was the video?
Like 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Wow, that actually is a pretty solid conversion.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. I'm gonna watch it for 20 minutes to make sure nothing weird happens.
Okay. So you watch through it, and you see, like, when he's doing like the dance thing. You see him like out of his algae stuff falls out like a badge of the like one of the fucking city inspector pest control people, and then he like picks it up and he like shoves it back in himself.
Okay. Cool. He said he ate a guy. Like,
Yeah.
in my mind, I'm like, I already knew that.
Yeah. He's like keeping it as a keepsake.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, does it upload successfully to YouTube?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. So now, I'm going to go to Vimeo.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to upload it to Vimeo.
Roll a D20, 2D20.
Okay. 2015.
Got it.
Okay, I'm going to upload it to Daily Motion.
Got it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna make you roll every time you got it.
Okay, I'm gonna. In this world, is Amazon Video out? Or Amazon Tube, whatever the fuck they're gonna call
Put
it?
it on everything?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Cool, I put it on Amazon Tube.
Okay.
Okay, and then,
So, like, it's uploaded to YouTube now and everything.
yeah, do I have a social network?
Sure.
Cool, I upload it onto my social network.
Nice.
Okay.
Roll 2D20s.
I'm gonna share it with Karen and Jess.
I get you.
7 to 19.
You have, like, Karen, Jess, and, like, one other person are, like, your friends on your social media.
Okay, where are my other, like, 12 long-term
You
friends?
gotta find
It's not on social network. Okay, well, I have another friend, and his name is Pause.
Mm.
Yeah. He still needs to understand rectangles.
Yeah.
So yeah, I share it on my, like, normal wall, and I share it directly to, like, Karen and Jess.
So, like, as that's going on, you hear, like, a boat driving up next to your boat.
Okay, so
like a motorboat.
Yeah, so my first thought is, where's the closest window that doesn't face the sound of the boat?
Just, like, there's one right here, and then there's one that's, like, literally just right on the other side of it. And then there's, like, the front of your house.
Okay, I want to go to a window that doesn't face the sound of the motorboat.
Okay, so you just turn away from the window. Like, they're both, like, parallel to each
They're
other.
parallel to it? Yeah, but they're on opposite sides of the boathouse, right?
Yeah, but your boathouse is an RV, so it's like, you're just doing that, basically.
So I'm going to turn to that one, and I'm going to, like, yell out of it.
Okay.
I'm like, yo, pause, there's another boat nearby.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to get hit by the boat. Be careful.
And he's like, I got it, thank you, I'm alright.
Good, I'm glad you're okay.
So then, so then, like, on the side from the boat, you hear, I fucking told you, you need level 9 access, turn around.
I'm currently not steering my boat. I haven't moved from any other window.
Your back is, like, to the window that the
I
guy's
know. I'm specifically saying I didn't turn around. I'm currently not steering the boat.
And he's like, I didn't ask that. I was trying to get you to turn around and face me.
Oh, like not turn the boat around.
Right.
Turn myself. I still haven't turned myself around.
He's like, this is kind of an awkward interaction.
Agreed. I can do that. Can I close my window first?
I mean, it's closed.
Oh, how does...
He's just screaming.
Damn, am I also screaming?
I guess. I mean, you open the other window, right?
Yeah.
So sort of like over the noise of the boat, but not like crazy loud, I guess.
So I like close the window and I turn around and I face the exterminator guy. What does he look like? I've never seen him before.
He's like this really skinny, like hillbilly looking dude.
Have I seen him at Hip Hop Keto?
Yes.
What?
With like a big trucker hat, and he has like sweatbands like on his legs, and he's wearing like really short shorts.
I'm like, yo, you're the dude from Hip Hop, and then I realize the window's not open yet. And I open it and I go, yo, you're the guy from Hip Hop Keto. We take Hip Hop Keto together.
And he's like, I guess you're right, but you still need level 9 clearance.
Well, now that I know, can I just be given level 9? Like, just...
He's like, I follow your YouTube channel.
Oh, thank you. Always hit that subscribe button.
And he's like, no, you just uploaded something that was not known about to the public.
Oh, it currently is public knowledge.
And he's like, you're going to jail for that.
What's, like, my sentence?
He's like, I'm not a police officer.
Oh, who's taking me to jail?
When you stop the boat, there will be something.
Oh, is there any law that says I have to stop the boat?
He's like, I'm not a police. I was just more here because I told you I'd come and find you.
Oh,
but
I have a rat that ate my fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I heard that you kill rats for free. Since you're here and you're not a police officer, can you help me find and kill this rat?
he's like, I would, but we don't do houseboats because of the swamp monster that is in your house.
But did you watch the video?
Yes.
Pause is my friend.
And he spit out the tag of an exterminator, which I am.
But hold on. I turn around and I open the window and I'm like, pause. I'm gonna have a guy come in the house to kill a rat that ate some of the cereal.
He's like, while you're saying that, he's like, I'm not gonna come in your house.
I want to get him in here to protect the cereal. He's not gonna do anything to you because if he does, I study hip hop keto.
He's like, I also study hip hop keto.
Bring it on. How many DVDs of hip hop keto do you own?
He's like, 15.
Are there 15? Because
He's like, I bought the extended set.
Do I have the extended set?
He was 12.
I have 12. What's in the other 3 DVDs?
He's like, it's mainly freeform jazz.
Sounds very insightful, actually. We should hang out sometime and watch hip hop keto.
He's like, we should when you get out of jail. Also, there are no police around. He's just saying this.
But anyways, the rat preserving the cereal, he prefers raisins over anything else. He literally said it was his favorite food.
And he's like, second only to exterminators.
Yeah, second. Second to, you know what'll make it where, like, he doesn't have raisins? If rats keep fucking up my cereal, which is where I have all the raisins. So to, like, make him eat raisins instead of exterminators, he needs raisins to eat. So killing the rat saves you.
Roll 2d6.
Chapato Shafi said, hey, I have raisins. 3 to 7.
He's like, no. I, under no circumstances, am gonna come into your house.
How would you feel if I didn't help you that one time in hip hop keto perfect your hand wave?
He's like, I've never talked to you in hip hop keto.
There were no words, only an exchange of skill.
He's like, I'd remember something like that.
Exactly. You should be remembering it right now.
Roll.
Flashback.
Roll 2d20.
7 to 13.
He's like, you're kind of an odd person.
I've been told that I'm a little past quirky.
And he's like, well, okay. And he's like, I'm gonna still ask you to dock your boat though.
Oh, question.
Yeah.
So what should I do for my rat thing if you're not gonna help me with my rat?
He's like, cayenne pepper normally helps.
Really?
Yeah.
What does it do?
Kills the rat.
What? So they'll eat it?
Yeah.
And they're like, this is my kryptonite.
It's like heartburn, but it burns their hearts.
Kirby said, I don't like raisins. Then Jafata Shafi said, then they got murked.
Also, but are you sure it was a rat? Because there are other things that have large teeth, 2 large teeth, that might be small enough to eat into your box that might have been in your house. I don't know. This is just speculation.
I had similar speculation. I saw something that might be what you're referring to, if it's a sponge with shorts.
He's like, what the fuck?
I sniffed where it was in my house. It didn't smell like my cereal.
He's like, that just sounds stranger. I don't know. This is like an episode of Stranger Things.
I wish this is what Stranger Things was. Javada Shafi said, maybe it was. Kirby said, it's like heartburn, but it's literally heartburn. And then Javada Shafi said, PlayStation, bruh.
Yeah.
So, do you have any cayenne pepper?
He's like, I have poison.
I don't want that. I want cayenne pepper.
He's like, that's more of a home remedy. But since I've been an exterminator for years, I just use poisons.
I don't fuck with poisons.
And he's like, why? Everyone fucks with poisons.
I just feel like that's actually not a true statement. Like, I say it like that.
And he's like, probably.
Could you pick me up some cayenne pepper? Since you're on like a smaller, faster boat that can more quickly obtain cayenne pepper.
Roll 2d20.
2 to 14.
He's like, we're still in this situation where you need to dock your boat.
What I need is to have this rat killed.
He's like, I can kill that rat of a swamp monster.
That was just insensitive and I think speciesist.
He's like, there's a huge bounty on it and will also make me the top exterminator. I don't need to explain my life story to you. I'm just trying to kill this thing.
Kirby said, because my new friend here doesn't like poison. And then Chipotle Choppy said, I want to be a pimp named Slipback.
You totally could be if you want to make a character. Seriously, go ahead.
So, I tell him, I'm not going to give you Paws. Paws is a nice guy. He also might eat you if you fuck with him. I don't have any way of controlling Paws, but I can satiate his appetite with raisins from Raisin Bran with extra raisin, but not if there's a fucking rat at my boathouse that eats my cereal.
He's like,
So I need I interrupt him. I need cayenne pepper to kill the rat, to save the Raisin Bran, to save your life.
And he's like, I bet that swamp monster can't kill me with a face full of poison.
Maybe he'll die with a face full of exterminator. I don't. If he also gets you, no one wins.
Roll 2d20.
Also, Paws is my friend. Chipotle Choppy said, fave full of ass. 1-1. I am the 1-1.
It's so low. He's like, alright. He's like, if this doesn't get resolved in a way that seems like it has any benefit to me besides what you're saying, I'm just gonna start spraying in the water like I planned to do like 15 minutes ago when we started this conversation.
I yell out the window to Paws. Hey, the guy I was gonna have kill the rat, he wants to kill you and he's in a boat next to us. And I feel like it's really dangerous for you to... I'm, like, warning you, because it seems like he has murderous intent, and that's heavily illegal. Wait, are you trying to murder someone?
It's an animal. And Paws is like under the water. He's like...
I'm like, is he an animal? Because if you kill him, I'll show the video where he straight up says... I'm a human, my name's Paws, which I feel like directly is against what you're saying.
Well, as of now, it's classified under level 9 clearance in the government.
Not if it's on the internet and it's on people have seen it already. It's
memes
public.
aren't facts.
It's a video. It's a real video.
YouTube videos aren't facts.
What? Isn't this factual? Let's see. Kirby said, I am the one, the only one. Then Chipotle Choppy said, what if there's a janitor pleasuring himself to Pokemon Go? So, I'm trying to save the exterminator guy. And he's trying to kill Paws.
Right.
And Paws is a human.
He's more of an animal.
I don't think so.
He's more of a sentient plant, like.
But I'm like, I don't even remember the last thing that was said. Can you not kill my friend? But kill the rat, please? The fuck.
He's like, I know what rat you're talking about.
No, the rat that ate my cereal.
He like sticks his like poison gun thing in the
No,
water.
no.
But he like looks at
He's putting a poison gun in the water. Pause. Be careful. He has a poison gun. This is the weirdest concept. It's not a sprayer. It's a gun.
No, it's like a sprayer.
No, it's a gun. Continuity says it's a gun. Kirby said Paws is a plant elemental. I noticed you're spelling it like paws, like fucking, like a dog paws.
Like you did it like pause like a video?
I mean, it just hasn't been spelt out yet, so it's interesting.
Okay. So he's like, he's just staring at you at this point, and like Paws is like,
Well, pause. Do something that would make you not die from poison.
So he's like, and he like gets up onto your deck and he's like, pause, I'm human. And the exterminator's like, technically like a plant thing. And he still has his like gun in the water.
Yo, I bathe. I'm not a nasty nigga. I have a thing known as a shower, where water continually like drips down, and you can stand in the shower.
So you want him to get in your shower?
Yeah.
Okay, roll 2d20.
Wait. It's a machine type thing where I'm gonna turn a dial, and water's gonna fall, and you gotta stay under the water if you want to stay wet, and it'll keep getting you wet. And then when you feel wet enough, you can get back out. But then when you feel dry, you can get back in the shower.
Okay, so roll.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to explain that so he's not like, what is this machine? And why is it getting me wet when I stand in the shower? 4 to 20.
He's like, okay, I'll do that.
Oh, what was
So do you turn the shower on for him?
I want you to step into the shower first.
He's like, I'm trusting you with my life.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
No. You
Hold
told him to go
on.
and get in the shower.
Hold on. I told him I would turn it on for him, and
You
I haven't yet. Yes, I did.
You said I want
said
you
that
to
if
go
you-
and turn on the water.
I didn't tell him to turn on the water.
Okay.
Jamal the Choppy said, what's good, Nick? What's good is how I'm going to save his life. So, I'm going to... Where does the water come from? I was hoping I had fucking utilities, but I have a... I pick up my phone.
Right.
411 when it picks up 1.
And the guy on the boat picks it up and he's like, we've sort of gone through this multiple times. At this point, I just know you're calling this number pretty regularly.
Why... Where does the water come from for my shower?
He's like, you hear the boat like over his voice, and he's like, I don't know. I mean, it makes sense to me that it comes from the water that's underneath, but that it's purified in some way.
Would it purify poison?
It would purify any impurities that are in the water.
Well, what about... Would I die if I went to my sink right now and I just got like a cup of fucking water? Like, would it have your poison in it?
He's like, no.
But would like a plant die if I watered it with the water from my sink right now, since you're poisoning the water?
He's like, not, my poison wouldn't affect that.
What is your poison effect?
The water around the boat that I'm about to spray the fuck out of, that this plant monster is going to get wrecked in.
So you mean my boat?
Not in your boat, just around the boat. The one that we're both in the water.
But you were just
The
saying
river.
that it would make sense for my boat to get water from whatever I'm on.
But it's purified.
So it won't have any negative effect. Is the shower water also purified?
Yes.
So there wouldn't be anything wrong if I like put a plant in my shower and I turn the water.
It wouldn't get poison in it.
Can you connect me over to 411?
No.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to poison the river?
Yes.
Can I put you on hold?
No.
I put him on hold? He
He's
has,
like,
he has
"Fuck."
no power over that.
He's like screaming at you through the window, like, turn me off of hold.
I turn on the recorder or whatever, and I take him off a hold. What do you want to do to the river?
And he's like, I'm trying to get this thing that's level 9 clearance by shooting my chemicals into the water to be absorbed by the plant nutrients.
So you're shooting... Are you shooting poison into the river?
Yes, a chemical that will specifically
So you're shooting
kill the
poison into the river?
Yes.
You're poisoning the river?
Yes.
And then I put him on hold. And then I, like, stop the recording.
Yeah.
And I listen to the recording.
And currently, like, your monster's, like, drying out on your couch, and he's like, ugh.
Oh, yeah. That is a thing that's happening. Okay, Yo, pause.
He's like, yeah.
If you were to like jump in the water and like swim away and then come back to my boat later, if you poison the water around my boat, would you be safe if you got far enough away and then didn't come back until later when you thought the water was clean?
He's like, because of the way that rivers work, it would seem, and he's like drying out. He's like, it would seem to me like the poison would disperse over the whole of the water, so I would still have some ill effects, and I don't know how strong his poison is, so even a small amount might kill me. But if you're willing to take that risk,
A small
I trust
amount.
you with
So
my
even
life.
if there are like trace amounts in my
I
fucking
don't
water, if
know
he
what- I
poisons the
don't
water
know- I
that the
don't know
boat
what
takes,
chemicals are.
fucking, I don't know what chemicals they are either.
He's like, I don't even know what chemicals are. I'm just a plant thing.
Does my fridge have one of those ice machines where if I put the cup under it, like ice comes down into the fucking cup?
Roll a 2d20.
My house has been pretty nice so far, so the answer is 14 to 7. Give me the
Yeah.
fucking ice maker.
You have
And
it.
does it also have the option where I can use the ice maker ice to shoot water?
Do a d20. 2d20.
Yes, because my house is
No!
fuck. 420.
You just have an ice maker.
I just have an ice maker. Yo, pause. Ice is just frozen water. It'll melt into water,
Right.
but it's not ice that's pulled from water from the water below. I have a fucking ice maker and it already made all this fucking ice. You can use all the ice in that thing, but use it slowly, and you can like put it in your body and it'll melt into more water while we try and find a solution.
Okay, so so you give him the ice?
I like, yeah,
Okay, so you give him
but
the
a
ice.
little bit.
You give him a little
You
bit.
can't use all of it right now.
You give him a little bit of the ice.
Like a handful of ice.
And he like starts screaming and he's like, this feels terrible. This is hurting me. I guess it's technically working, but this is putting me in extreme pain, and my allergies becoming disassociated from itself.
I don't even understand.
It's becoming
it-
like mushy.
But I'm asking, like, is it too much water?
It's like the coldness.
That wears off. It does, because, like, ice, it just gets warmer over time. Like,
Right.
do you think that it'll just... Okay, we're back.
He's like, I guess, but considering the amount that I'm dry right now and minutes away from death on your couch versus the amount of extreme cold that's just sitting in my hand.
To the news.
Who do you hit up
Karen
social
Jess.
media?
Yeah.
Okay. So it takes them a minute to respond. Like they don't respond immediately. Okay.
What the fuck are they doing? Watching the news?
Roll a d20. Roll 2d20.
They're watching me. The news is like, it appears he's typing something. And they're like, I wonder what he's typing.
Yeah, so now it's gonna
320.
take him a little bit.
I just yell out the window, hey, this guy's trying to poison the river.
And they're like,
Oh, brace your eyes.
so a news guy sticks his head out of the van window and is like, it appears the knockoff Chinese hero has taken hostage a plant creature that is also a most wanted thing in the city and is harboring it for potentially maybe not evil purposes, but just very sort of strange, unknown purposes.
He's my sidekick, and he requires water to live, but if he poisons this river, he'll die.
We're not sure what kind of alliance this makes with the hero, but it seems strange because he's already killed. His sidekick, now claimed sidekick, has already murdered 3 people.
That was before he reformed and became my sidekick. I had no affiliation with him during that period.
He's like, this is a similar case to how in 2008, the Taibo.
I like the news guy corrects himself.
Taibo master who went to jail for half of his life for child pornography has now said he's reformed, but nobody believes.
Pause. Can you step up to the window?
Pause is like, I really, like, at this point, I'm so dry.
I take like the fucking water in the sink, I put it in a bowl, I just throw it on my fucking couch, and I'm like, can you get up? And
He's like screaming, and he's like, it burned.
do you only work on like river water? Is that the problem?
It's like, it feels like there's something else that naturally cleans the water that is healthy and fine for you, that something that lives in a river might not be able to handle.
Pause. This is a very like well thought out statement. I feel like you already knew this. Pause. Pause. You should have just fucking told me that you need river water. Pause. If you need to get in the river,
He's like,
it's
I don't
fine.
need just river water, it's any water, but it feels like this is more than just water, like something that humans can consume. I don't know, like maybe, and there's like the guy who's like in the boat who's like the poison dude is like chlorine, people like purify water with chlorine, don't they? And the river monster's like, this feels like it's drying me out more because it's a chemical. I don't know, this isn't too effective.
It isn't too effective?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Pause. I guess you're just gonna, I
So
need
then,
you to
like,
jump out the window into the river.
So the news people are like recording, and they're like, it seems like the Chinese knockoff hero is seen here.
Can you give me a
brutally
name?
Tej is seen brutally torturing this mysterious and unknown creature, as seen by him throwing chemical water onto the creature as it screams. And he's like, I guess I can like flop out of the window.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's like, starts climbing out the window.
As you do that, pause, please describe to the audience that you're trying not to die. And that I'm not trying to kill you, that the exterminator guy is trying to kill you.
Roll 2d20.
12 to 6,
Okay.
very clearly communicated.
Okay. So he's like, alright. So he's like, he's a good guy, and I'm just learning things, but I'm not in danger. I'm in danger from that guy, but not this guy that's in here.
My name's Tej.
Tej, and he like flops, and he like flops into the water, and it sounds like a large like smack.
So, if he's most wanted, is he wanted dead or alive? Like, why is it okay for this guy to poison a river? I say it like to the news.
And they're like, we just saw the YouTube video, and now this. And the poison control dude's like, it's level 9 click. Nobody should know about this.
I also asked the news, how can something be classified but everyone know what it is?
They're like, well, it seems you kind of did that one.
How would I know it's classified?
And the guy's like, I told you several times.
But wouldn't that mean that you leaked classified information to me?
And he's like, I just told you of the level 9 clearance.
About what?
And he's like, about things you were asking about.
So, I had no clarification that anything was classified because no one told me anything straight. So I didn't know, brace your eyes, that anything was classified.
The news people are like, there seems to be heated debate.
Yeah, there's no way for me to know what is or is not classified if no one can tell me what is or is not classified.
And like both the news people and the dude in the boat are just like,
Japanto Shafi said something about a sperm bank. He said Dragon Ball Z Super Bud, and then he said, tomorrow, are you excited? He said Tej from Backpage. He said, then he's like, no scum, I'm a Jedi. Dragon Ball Super hopefully will be lit tomorrow. I'm excited for Kamen Rider build and for the new Lupin Ranger versus Pata Ranger episodes. I'm with you.
okay. So, they both like shrug.
Yeah, like...
And like dudes, like, pauses like in the water under your boat, like kind of like getting scraped up a little bit, but not really. He's like, fuck. Like, he's not damaged. He's just like,
Be careful, pause.
And he's like, okay.
Alright. But yeah, isn't poisoning the river actually a pollution-based crime? I also say to the news.
And they're like, Probably.
Yeah. And I'm like, so if I didn't leak any classified information knowingly, and if he's poisoning the river on purpose, which is pollution, which is a crime, shouldn't someone be stopping him from polluting the river?
So, like, as you say that, like, there's, like, two sides of the road in between his river. Like, a police car comes up on this side, and, like, a police car comes up behind the news van, and then, like, the news van, like, you see on a TV that's, like, projecting in the news van, like, the title of the article goes across, and it's, like, Dick Justifies Dick. You're scrolling, and you're just, like, explaining out the window. So they're like, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It seems like both of what you're doing is kind of illegal.
What did I do that was illegal?
Harboring a murderer.
Oh, I never witnessed him kill anyone.
They go back to the video and they're playing the part where you were recording him, like, say, I ate a guy, and then, like, drop the thing out and then, like, shove it back inside himself.
I never witnessed him kill anyone. The video doesn't show him killing someone and I watch it.
Right, but it shows him admit it and that there have been a death and that the guy told you.
People can say anything. That doesn't mean they actually happened. And then what was that thing? A badge? You can have badges without killing people.
You're like, so you're explaining this, and like the police on the other side are like, all right, like pull over the boat. So then like the dude, like in the boat, like docks the boat and pulls it over, and your boat continues going, and like another police car comes, like that police car pulls over and like stops to get the dude, and then another police car drives up, and the van is still going, and the other police car is still going, and they're like, you gotta pull your shit over.
I'm like, where's my steering? Because it's not inside my boat. I checked.
And they're like, this is your a house? This an RV? Like, you're floating in an RV. We don't know that there's
I have no internal steering.
They're like,
Is there stuff outside?
they're like, we just see the outside of an RV. Like, it's flat.
So if I have no internal and I don't have any visible external, can I not steer it?
And you're just adrift on the river.
I can't steer it.
And they're like, why'd you put us in this predicament?
What? I mean, I didn't tell you guys to come here. I don't know how I put you in anything. If anything, I put myself in an interesting situation.
So, like, a police boat, like, starts pulling up. And they're like, I guess we're gonna try and, like, stop the boat.
You could, like, try to just tow me to a dock. I feel like that would make a lot of sense.
Roll 2d20.
Boats can pull other boats. 14 to 15.
They're like, we're gonna board and try and arrest you and then dock your boat.
What a weird... For what? What am I getting arrested for?
Harboring a fugitive.
Unknowingly harboring a fugitive. And that's like having a guest at
That's
your
like-
house and you don't know that he rapes kids. I don't...
I think that's like a thing for a court to take care of.
I mean, you're right. I'm not gonna resist or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they like dock the boat and then like so they like get in the boat and they like arrest you and they put you in handcuffs and then like you like dock the boat starts getting docked to the side.
Oh, yo, pause. It's docking on the left. Pause. It's docking on the left.
And he's like, oh, and like swims around to the other side. So like his yell like seems to be like really loud, and then all of a sudden everything gets really quiet. He like made it to the other side of the boat. He's all right, but he was like kind of hurt. And then roll 2d20 for me, please.
19 to 6.
Okay, so like some sort of like weird fucking like extreme waves start happening in in the river, and like the police boat like flips over, and like the rest of the policemen that are in it like climb to shore and get out, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
I go, "Are you guys okay?"
And they're like, "Yeah," but like your boat's passing and like docking. So then all of a sudden, like the news van seems like it's gonna slow down, and then all of a sudden like speeds up really fucking quick.
Jabanzo's Chappie wants to know if there are any gay, tranny, Asian, albino characters. Not necessarily all together, but just existing at the moment.
You can make one.
He wants diversity in this.
There may be a couple that Tej knows that's like lesbians, but it's not specified whether they're men or women or what.
We know at least one of them is a woman.
Do you?
Yeah, you already said for like, she's my wife.
Oh, true. Okay,
Yeah.
at least one is, but other unknown. So like the boat gets docked, and like the one police officer who's in there with you is like starting to bring you out of the boat, and like a shit ton of fucking like tinier versions of paws like run out of the river and like start eating them.
Oh no, pause. Wouldn't you prefer a nice bowl of Raisin Bran with extra raisins?
Paws like pops up and he's like, "I'd love that. Those aren't me."
Oh, okay. Cool. Little not pause. Wouldn't you all prefer a bowl of Raisin
They're, like,
Bran with
don't
extra
eat it.
raisins?
They're like eating the fuck out of this dude.
I do not condone what all of these little guys are doing. Pause, you're fine. I don't condone what any of these little guys... I'm witnessing murder here. Murders happen. Where are the news people?
They like sped up because they saw a fucking army of like little things running out of the water.
So are they no longer here?
No, they did.
They're horrible at their job. I'm gonna pull out my phone and I'm gonna film. I'm gonna be like, hey, this is murder.
Well, how are you gonna film with handcuffs? But they're like behind your back.
Oh, you never said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll 2d20.
Hold on.
If you pass this check, you're not in handcuffs.
What? Oh no, you said I got handcuffed. I'm saying the behind my back thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll.
Oh, hold on. That doesn't even matter. I've done this before while wearing handcuffs. The shit's not hard. So I would do that, and I would pull the phone out of my pocket, and then I would film it.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, in case you're wondering when I ever did that with handcuffs on, I actually took criminal justice classes in high school, and a sheriff came in like as a guest, and he's like, "Who wants to volunteer to get handcuffed?" And I was like, "Me." I went up to the front, and I was like, "I've always wanted to try this shit," and I did the thing. Okay, so let's see. Chapato said, where is Zach LR, Mr. Oh, he's looking for
Matt.
Yeah, Ryan and Matt. Matt, he calls Ryan Zach because he thinks he looks like Zach Galifianakis. And then Kirby said, I'll turn on the death meme music. Then Chapato said, Mamacita, and then he said, then a dildo magician appears. So I'm filming, and I'm like, I'm witnessing murder. And then I like turn the camera around, and I'm like, I'm witnessing murder, and I don't condone it. And look at all these things that aren't paws. And I turn the camera and look at paws, who's not murdering anyone. And look at all these things that are not paws. And then I like close it, I like stop the recording, and then I like email myself the video, and then I start the upload process to YouTube and Dailymotion and Vimeo and to social networks. And then I call 911.
Okay, like the police are there though. They're like,
I'm calling more police.
They're like, we already have like police at the situation. Thank you for calling the dispatchers on.
Like that's how they pick up the call. I'm like, are you sure you don't need more? I've been witnessing people getting eaten.
They're like, there's more coming. Like,
Oh,
the
cool.
other police, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad. That's why I called.
Thanks.
No problem. Bye.
So roll 2d20.
18-1.
Fuck. Okay. So like all of the things like quickly retreat like back into the water, and Pause is like sticking his head out of the water like what the fuck, and like all the police come around and they're like that was crazy. We've got to figure out what was going on with those things. And it seemed like you weren't doing anything, and it seemed like that other one that was a murderer is not. We're kind of confused on what's going on now.
Don't worry, I have video footage that clearly states exactly what was happening. Also, I'm under arrest right now. I can't do anything.
And they're like,
I like show my like handcuffed hands. Like, what was I supposed to do?
yeah.
Like,
And they're like, well, I guess you're free to go, because there's no reason for you to be in handcuffs at this point.
thank you, I appreciate it.
And they're like, okay.
Do you have keys?
They're
13-5.
Okay, they're like, yeah, we have key. I was gonna say, if you didn't pass that check, like they were on that guy that got 8. So yeah, they uncuff you and they leave, and they're like, you're kind of like several miles downriver now.
I can't steer my house. Could someone tow my house to like where I used to live? I'd heavily appreciate it.
Roll 2d20.
Let's see. Kirby said, how about some one-winged angel from Kingdom Hearts? He said, the song that will be infamous all across gaming forever. 10-20.
They're like, that one boat that we had got flipped over. So
Boats can be flipped back after they've been flipped.
They're like, it sank.
Did it though? I look out in the water.
It's like, it's kind of sticking out of the water and like kind of submerged in the water.
Okay, if I was able to retrieve that boat, could I have it?
They're like, it's city property, so no.
I'm city sponsored.
They're like, but you're like a knockoff. Like you're not like the real hero of the city.
Where is he, by the way? It seemed like a lot of stuff was happening.
Like a Batman will roll 2d20.
4-12.
Fuck. Okay. So like a Batman style.
Wow, it is 1:01 a.m.
Damn. A Batman style like low riding car like pulls up really fast and like drifts in the middle of the street, and like this dude in like a super tight spandex suit who has like a fucking sweatband and like wristbands on his hands, but like a mask.
Is he fucking hip hop keto?
Like runs up and is like, why the fuck is this loser here? And the police are like, thank goodness you're here, Keto Man.
Keto Man, my master is the. That makes a lot of
You
sense.
don't know.
Actually.
His identity is hidden.
I attempt to figure out who he is based off of context clues.
Based off of context clues or based off of your criminal justice background?
And that. 16-6.
Okay. So you notice that
His name's Keto Man, and he wears the same things, but he has a mask on.
his name's Keto Man. He wears different color sweatbands than the guy who is your master. He seems to have like really straight slicked back hair, whereas your master's hair is like kind of Bob Ross-ish, like it's like a blonde afro. And he's like this guy is like not very overweight, but like in the spandex is like kind of round.
Fuck. He's wearing a wig, and he's actually the Tybo guy.
This is very true. So he's like, I'm the only hero in this city that can wrangle up the bad
Kirby
guys.
said keto, man. What the fuck? No, keto.
Keto.
And then Chapata Shabi said, aren't they at school? Yeah. At 1:10 a.m. No, he means us.
Oh, yeah.
Real life.
Yeah.
Also, we have to be ready at like 10:30.
Yeah. So, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, like, runs up to the cops and he's like, what is this dude doing here? I'm the only hero in this town, and I'm the only, like, real city sponsor, dude. And I say that it's all that guy's fault. And he, like, points to Pause.
What is your evidence?
And he's like, I know keto better than anyone.
That's not how criminal justice works.
He's like, I know keto better than anyone. I could beat you at any freeform jazz dance.
Have you been one with the fish, my boy?
He's like, fish.
Oh, yo, Oscar, welcome to the stream. Don't forget to smash that like button.
Hey, Oscar. He's like,
Kirby said knowing someone isn't evidence.
He's like, fish. Fish are for non-keto masters.
Oh, keto is a
ma-
form of martial arts. He said knowing someone isn't evidence.
He's like, keto masters only eat Cheetos and steak fries.
I take a note of that.
Okay. So...
Japata Shapi said, what's wrong with your back? I'm just feeling time.
Yeah.
I'm old.
So he... So the police are like, I mean, you are the city-sponsored hero, but, like, we can't just arrest people based on nonsense bullshit. So roll 2d20.
I'm also going to ask him, hey, can you tow my boat back
The
to where I
keto?
live? Yeah. Also, he's like, you're what? I'm feeling time because I'm old. I'm feeling my age. It's late at night, and I've, like, essentially been in a car for, like, hours, and then I was here for hours. 6 to 8.
He's like, yeah, I got this, but if my car gets messed up trying to tow your boat in the water, I'm gonna blame it all on you, and we're gonna be mortal enemies.
You shouldn't tow boats
And
with
he
cars.
like runs to his car. And
You shouldn't tow things. Pause. How strong are you? Can you push my boat away from the water, please?
Pause, like, swims up to the boat as this dude's like doing donuts in the street, and like starts to head toward your boat with his car. As Pause is like going to the same spot.
Pause. There's no reason to go to the same area of which he would go in his car. Don't get hit by the car, Pause.
And Pause is like, what's a car?
Don't pause. Look in the
guy's, like,
direction.
speeding.
Yeah, I'm like pointing, and then I'm like, but move like away from it. Like if he's coming this way, you go this way, not the same direction. That's Prometheus running. Horrible strat. 9 to 6.
Okay, so he's like, I don't know what that is, but I think I got the hand gesture. So he like swims away real quick, and the dude like fucking grips your rope on the back of his boat on the back of his car with like a hook, and like drives into the water, and like his car starts to sink, and you think it's gonna sink completely.
But his is amphibious because he gets my ideal thing.
Right. And like so very slowly, like but he doesn't have like a boat motor, so like his wheels just start spinning really fast in the water, and he's just like very slowly like tugging along, and your boat like starts to shift off of the shore, but it's like dragon shit, and then like Pause is like
I'm like, oh
slowly
no,
starting to go under
dragon
the
shit.
boat.
Also, pause. Move. Don't get hit by things. Get on the boat if you need to.
Pause. Pushes up on the boat and he's like, "This is all I know. I'm Pause, not a human being." So, like, your boat starts getting tugged and Pause, like, is just sitting on the deck, like, all wet.
Hey, pause.
He's like, "Hey."
We're heading back home. It looks like we resolved a lot of the current issues, except there's still a fucking rat in the house. It never got solved.
And he's like, "Yeah." And then, like, he turns, like, away from you a little bit, and, like, a little, like, one of those dudes, like, plops out of him, and he, like, shoves it back in him real quick, like a little version of himself.
I'm like, you should be careful with those. They've eaten people.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm just a constructed form."
You're a great friend, Paul.
And he's like, "No, you need to know this."
Oh, pause. There's this thing called incrimination.
And he's like, "What?"
So incrimination is where you say something that you shouldn't say, that makes it where you essentially called yourself guilty in terms of like a crime. And I feel like what you're gonna say in reference to that is gonna incriminate you, so you shouldn't tell me, because there's this thing called reasonable doubt, and if reasonable doubt is held in like a court case or whatever, then you can avoid a possible jail sentence or worse by maintaining reasonable doubt. Jail isn't fun.
He's like, "Oh, I think I get what you're saying. This isn't that."
It is though.
But you don't know what I'm gonna say.
No, I have a good idea. You can't say.
Well,
Don't say. Trust me, I know. I have a master's and a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. 2 to 11.
He's like, No.
I wouldn't allow it. I'm not. I already
You
did.
can't just not allow it.
He can talk and I'll just yell.
So he's like.
Long story short, I'm telling him not to incriminate himself.
And he's like, "Oh, I think I get it now. So I'm basically made up of all these little things, right? And those are the same things that just ate that cop. I ate that cop."
But you did. See, I feel like you're misunderstanding it. See, there's this thing that's really interesting in court,
Right.
where corporations are treated like entities. Kirby said stream fail. Now we're back.
Right.
And corporations are treated like entities. They're treated like people in court.
He's like, "So I don't know what corporations are."
It doesn't matter. Corporations are like collections of people that are like a business.
Okay.
And then
What are businesses?
businesses are things that sell goods for like money, or goods or services. An example of a good is Raisin Bran with extra raisins.
And he's like, "Oh, that sounds nice."
Yeah. So corporations are collections of individuals, but one can sue. Do you need help?
I'm not trying to open it. I'm just fucking with
Oh.
Yeah.
One can sue an organization. I mean, a corporation.
Mhm.
But not sue the individual people that make it up.
And he's like, "So if a corporation commits a crime, but the individuals didn't, then it's okay?"
Well, the corporation gets in trouble as a whole rather than the individuals.
And he's like, "I completely understand now. But the thing is, this is the opposite, because I, as the corporation, did not commit any crime.
Mm-hmm.
All of the individual units that make me up commit crimes."
Exactly, and you're two distinct things. So as long as you're all together, you're innocent. But when you separate into a bunch of little yous, you're guilty.
And he's like, "But all the little me's are just sort of me, like little
It's
me's
the
in a
same thing as
trench
the
coat."
corporation. It's the same thing. As long as you're the
So,
corp...
like, no. And he's like, "Wait, so let me get this straight. So if two people get in a trench coat together and go and rob a bank, and then they like walk walk out of the bank, and the police are like, freeze, and they get out of the trench coat, and they're like, no, it's fine. We were in a trench coat earlier. Like, that makes it okay?
Well, each individual you is like a separate, like, thing,
Right.
and then all of you together as one is a separate thing.
How do you know?
Oh, because you didn't remember that time when you said that's not me, and like all the little yous like ate the police.
Yeah.
I remember, it's on film.
Yeah.
Great evidence in court. Anyways, this is that's all we need. So let's see. Japato Shapi said Nick or Winslow. Then he said I think. Oh wait, Kirby said I think Nick's brain is starting to stop working. Then he said I can see some pink things coming out of his ears. Then Japato Shapi said did Nick get murked? And then Kirby said murked meaning murlocked. Yes.
So he's like, okay, well, what do we do now?
So we're getting towed back to the dock.
Right, and dude's like driving in his car, and he like looks out the window, and he's like, "You'll never be a Keto master," and he's like flooring it.
I will with your help, master. And then
And he's like, "What? I haven't done that since the incident." And then he's like, "Never mind, I didn't say that." And then he keeps driving.
There we go. That was pretty obvious. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do. Nah. So so what I'm gonna do is pause. Make sure that you stay wet.
And he's like, "I'm always wet." Wink.
And then I gotta make sure that I eat more cereal. I normally eat like 3 bowls of cereal, like a breakfast sandwich or something.
Mm-hmm.
I only ate 1.
Like a breakfast sandwich.
No, not eat the 3. It's not like a bowl of cereal stacked on a bowl of cereal with a bowl of cereal at the bottom. I mean, like I eat 3 bowls of cereal and then
The breakfast sandwich.
yeah.
Okay.
But I only ate 1 bowl of cereal, so I haven't really fulfilled my day. But I'll do that later.
He's like, "Okay, are you gonna eat all of it?"
No.
And he's like, "Okay."
Friendship. And that's the end. Yeah, there we go. So that was episode 1 of.
Literally whatever.
And are you still down to do the character creation video before we disperse?
Sure.
Cool. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like this video, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell so you know whenever we do these live streams. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jeff, like the one and only here with
Me.
logging out. Peace.